Baturdays, Baturdays. Omnidog and the Minister of Comics talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the bat. Baturdays, Baturdays, Baturdays in the BatCave.
Heyo, and welcome to. I didn't tell you to say anything yet. Quiet,
Yeah, quiet.
you.
Quiet.
Jeez, what is going on? My guest is out of control already. I'm Omnidog, and sitting in for the Minister of Comics is Now You Can Talk.
Are you sure? Okay. Hi. Hey, everybody. I'm Jake. I'm one half of the Brave and the Boys show.
Right. This is Jake, my buddy who. Oh, whoa, it's pretty late for you. How are you? Good to see you. It is good grief. It's like 3 a.m. there. So the Minister of Comics, as usual, had something else that he thought was more important than a YouTube show. And it was something family, something family, something minister. So Jake kindly agreed to step in and talk about Batman. We're going to talk about Batman for once on Baturdays, which we haven't done since like the first show.
Who is this guy? He's a stranger. I'm scared.
Yeah, it's okay, Cycle. This is all right.
We'll post a link so you can subscribe to my channel. We'll be best friends.
There, Crash Line's being nice.
There we go. I got some fans.
Now, wait a sec. Why is this?
I like the hashtag cancel Omar.
Yeah, I saw that. Where was that? Here it is. Ande. Nice. Yeah, good. James, my guy. Thank you, buddy. Beyond Comics, welcome. Matthew Guy, good to see you. Ande. Hey now, Cycle. Greetings from Norway, right, Lars? Hey, I got it. And here's the other half, sucking up to you. Hey, so excited for the stream.
He's like, he's actually downstairs hanging out with his girlfriend, and my girlfriends are hanging out. They're watching documentaries.
Oh, they're not watching the show?
I think Jordan's watching that. I said, "Are you guys?" I was like, "You guys are all hanging out. You're gonna watch the show, right?" And they laughed at me.
Jess, does this mean boobs and blasphemy are back on the agenda?
I don't have a problem with blasphemy or boobs.
Boobs and blasphemy, we go where the chat takes us. So,
Yeah.
You know, we do have a topic of Batman and DC books, but we usually go where the chat takes us. So, yeah, boob away if you want. Sure. Here's James. As a matter of fact, thank you, James, for reminding me. Down below in the description, I gave Jake and the Brave and the Boys their own bit.ly link. So you can go right from there, click on it, and it'll take you right to Brave and the Boys, who have been doing 100 videos to my 1 video. So hopefully with upper level management out of my hair today and for the next 2 weeks, I'll get something done. Batman is all the DC publishes now, so you know you got to talk about it sometime, right? As the leading Hispanic authority on comics on the internet, I am always challenged by Rodimus Prime Rib, one of the great names on YouTube, to pronounce Espanol. So, he's throwing some toughies at me. Whoa, let's see how it goes. A comerme un pedazo del pie de mantequilla de maní y chocolate glorioso que mencione Lu. Llego a PR, Puerto Rico. Let's see. I said PA, but I think he meant pie. I think that's the chocolate and peanut butter pie that has been gloriously mentioned by Lou. Comerme has something to do with eating. Like I should be eating it. Am I close there, Rodimus?
I'm going to say you said it all correctly because I'm just going to assume I can speak Spanish, even though I've had no formal training.
Right.
I've-
Say, I'm actually spy for the boys. Is he a mod in your channel?
So our rule is your name has to have a J in it to be affiliated with our channel. So Jake, Jordan, Josh, James.
The Unstoppable Jar. No, I guess you don't. The Brave and the Boys is an excellent channel name, says Beyond Comics. Oh, you're so sweet, Unstoppable. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to our show tomorrow. Speaking of bar, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's tomorrow, Sunday, Bar and I will be talking about Harley and other DC comics or other comics in general that she likes. We'll get to know a little bit about Bar. She's our Israeli correspondent. We'll find out what's going on in the Israeli comic book scene, where she gets her books from, who she likes. I talked to her today. She has a very engaging personality, and I'm really excited for it. I think you're going to love Bar.
I'm more excited I feel like I'm so excited to watch that. I was more like looking forward to that than even being on the show, Like I can't wait to see that show.
Same. Yeah. 2 a.m. gang reporting. Aiku, thank you. He is watching the show. Okay, good. Oh, here's Marianne
my
from
girlfriend
her book
watching.
pod. You can have a boon if you want. Boons and blasphemy for Psycho Cleveland, sure. Oh, now you're clicking. Oh yeah, please click like. Head down there and click like because we're actually Ka-chow, Jess. Oh, is that your girlfriend?
That is my girlfriend.
Do the chickens have large talons? And oh, Mr. Tex, baiting me with Napoleon Dynamite and then jabbing me with my lack of Secret Invasion. Mr. Tex, you rat bastard, you. Taylor looks different today. Yes, he does.
Better or worse?
He's
Round
throwing two at me. Sábado en la BatCave con el gran Omnipero y Batman Failsafe was great.
I knew some of those words.
Omnipero is me. Sábado is Saturday. BatCave I can only assume is BatCave. That's right. 2 weeks of Omnidog. You have you have Cycle's approval. That's hard to get.
I mean, for me, is it though?
I like this Jake guy already. Yeah, hey, don't get on the wrong side of Cycle.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I like Cycle Cleveland also.
Spring upper management free party. Let's go. Junior level management just left, so the house is empty. Cycle. I actually looked for goiter the other day when I was with Very Fine Condition. We were in DC having lunch, and then I took him to a small comic book shop that I don't know how it stays in business. They barely had anything, and they did have an independent comic corner. And I said, by God, if they have goiter, I'm going to buy it. And they did not. So,
darn.
Well, yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Wait, she's not watching the stream?
Actually, she has clicked on before, but she's with her sisters, and I'm sure they're busy getting high and drinking tequila or something.
Yeah, the deal me and my girlfriend made is she only has to watch the ones where I'm interviewing someone. She doesn't have to watch just the ones of me and Jordan. So I give her a little bit of a break.
I am not going to talk about that, James, but okay. Cycle Cleveland's first name starts with a J.
You want to be a mod?
She actually flirted with junior management today. Junior level was upstairs doing her homework, and I took Bar up as I had to do something, and they chatted and talked about when Bar was flirting with her last year. Yes, finally something great from the States that arrives at my Costco, and it's really good. I've never read a Harley comic. What should I read for the show? That's a good point, because Bar specifically wants to talk about what books to read for the Harley Quinn newbie, among other things.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching then, because I need to know.
Yeah. we're going to talk about a lot of other things, but of course, she's known for her love of Harley, as am I. We both have special t-shirts we're going to be wearing for Harley, not matching. But yes, Daniel, you bet. Okay, as usual, Bar and so is talking to a bunch of people. Up, talking to each other, blah, blah, blah. Jess, have you jumped into JLI yet? I'm halfway through volume 2 and digging it. No, I haven't, but I have a stack of DC comics, and JLI will be the Omni that I read with them, because I'm making a promise that I'm going to catch up on a bunch of DC this week. As you know, my promises are worthless, but I'm still making the promise, and I will pick up. JLI is one of them. I will just set these here for now, but I'm going to read a ton of DC this week because I have barely been reading anything. One from Bar and one from Jess. Here's Larry's library. Hey, buddy.
I subscribed to Larry's library a couple days ago.
That's good. That's good. Hamza then are in Captain America. I don't know if Hamza's in the chat. Of course, Bar flirted with her. That's an old flirtation. That was back when I did my 7,000th show and Kelly was in the chat. Wait, did Bar? Okay, Bar did recommend something. Harleen, like Josh said, or Batman, Harley Quinn. Okay, I will recommend.
Is that the magazine size one?
Harleen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will recommend that you read, because I think do you have the DC app? Where's Cycle? Whatever. Cycle, if you have the DC app, I would read the first 10 issues of Palmiotti and Connor's run on Harley. Just the first 10 issues, you should be set.
I signed up for DC Ultra last night. I was like telling my girlfriend, I was like, look, it'll save me money because then I want to buy new comics, you know? So I said it's an investment.
It is. My subscription got approved from upper level management like immediately. So that was good. Jess's daughter is somehow even more charming than him. Thank you. Well, yeah, she is charming. Good. Let's see. I have lots of pathophysiology homework, nerd brainiac, to catch up on, which means that it will be prime time for procrastinating with things I shouldn't be doing, like reading Harley. Mr. Awesome, this actually isn't the preacher, but he's preaching comics tonight. Okay, here's a question for you, Jake.
I ordered 5 copies of the same book today from the different websites for a video that I'm working on. So I'm not buying an omnibus today, but I did buy 2 out of print omnibuses this week. I bought The Old Republic a couple days ago, which has been my whale for a while. I've been like bugging Jess, being like, hey, come on, sell it to me, sell it to me. I've been planning a whole trip to DC so I could sneak it from his bookshelf.
You haven't.
And I bought the X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee, #1.
Nice. So you seem to have a reputation. I can't get this one in, huh? You seem to have a reputation for buying out of print omnis, Josh is suggesting.
It's just that, like, I don't have, what's the word, patience?
Yeah. Let's see. DC app is good as gold. Of course I have it. Okay, good. Read the first 10 issues of Palmiotti and Connor's run, because that's what got me into it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Tyler is sick. Hope we couldn't do it today. We couldn't do it yesterday. So James, I think we're shooting for Tuesday, and if we get, we might even get Max on because I have a lot of toys to unbox, and so SSD, but he's got a wicked cold. My race with Max for Jess's daughter's heart is still on. Yeah, Kelly was quite happy. That's not the minister, is it? No, this is Jake from Brave and the Boys. I'm still reading from Larry. I'm still reading that big Savage Dragon hardcover right now. 100% over the top, 90s excess, but I think I like it. Dylan Byrne. Hi, Jess. How's your day going? It's actually going really well. Anytime I can be talking live on the internet is a good day. And my daughter was over here all day, I think avoiding her homework because she didn't, she seemed to be talking to me a lot. Here's a good question. What's your favorite Batman live action movie from Mr. Awesome, straight from Pittsburgh?
So for me, I mean, I know there's like a recency bias, I feel like a lot of the time, but Robert Pattinson is my favorite actor, like working, and Batman is my favorite superhero. So I was over the moon when I found out he got cast as Batman. I loved it. I think the music was great. I think my only problems with the movie fit into the story was that he wasn't Bruce Wayne yet. He was kind of like a Batman that I think hadn't created the Bruce Wayne persona. So I'm hoping that if they expand on that in the next one, like now he's Batman and Bruce Wayne with that double life, I think it'll be like, for me, the ideal representation.
Interesting. I liked the fact that he was a broody?
Yeah.
Moody and broody Bruce Wayne as well as Batman. I like the fact that he couldn't separate his personality. He didn't like being the rich philanthropist and doing all this stuff. So he was all sort of hiding under his hair at funerals and stuff. My favorite live action movie, I still feel like it's the first Christian Bale one. I love 2 and 3, and 2, of course, is the more famous one. I guess because of Heath Ledger's Joker, but I was just really excited to see the seriousness of it all and Christian Bale's acting.
I just felt like Gotham City was so well portrayed in Batman Begins, and then in 2 and 3, it was just like Chicago.
Haven't bought a Big 2 comic in over a year in any form. Good morning from Malaysia. Just finished Ramadan. Fasting is second day. Oh, that's right. It's Eid. Happy Eid. That is one of the things. It's a good question, Mr. Awesome. I want to get to the animated series while upper level management is out of town. I do want to get back on that because I fell off that one hard.
I've been really wanting to buy one of those like film cells from that show. I came really close. I got, upper management approval for me, but I was like, no, I should hold off for now. But they have some like individual film cells from the animated series, and I really want one.
Oh, cool. Well, he's doing it for research, not holding them to flip like you do, Cycle. I have 7 copies of Plum Pocket. Plum Pocket. Okay, I have no idea what Plum Pocket is.
That sounds like something dirty.
Is it a Johnny Ryan book or something? Jess will be inflicted with one of the copies of that in the very near future. Uh-oh, he's sending me Plum Pocket. Here's William Lee. How are you doing, buddy?
Good evening.
What do you think of James Gunn's plans for DC? I think I can speak for both of us when I say we're over the moon excited. Would that be right?
No, that's really fair, man. I'm just excited for a cohesive plan. I've been saying for so long, I almost like I've been like, oh, the movies are about to get good. They're about to get good, But I really feel like this time they're about to get good.
One of my goals for being alone for the next 2 weeks is for 3 years now, I've been meaning to, or 2 years at least, I've been meaning to watch the Snyder director's cut of Justice League. So I finally want to see that. But yeah, I'm 100% on board for all of James Gunn's plans. I think everybody's excited, and rightly so. Plum Pocket. Matthew says Batman 89. Fair. I really dug that one. going to send copies to a bunch of people and hopefully create more Nate Garcia fans.
Yo, if you want to send me a plum pocket, I'll.
It's a good sign that it seemed to be progressing briskly with the Gunn Superman movie, Superman Legacy. Just as you tell your daughter to watch your show with Bar tomorrow. I didn't because I really want her to do her homework. She is the queen of procrastination. I wonder where she gets that from. But I don't, as much as I want her to watch it, I want her to study more. The world needs more Nate Garcia fans. Batman was really good. Still need some more time to overcome recency bias. Okay, now Cycle and Bar says Robert Pattinson's Batman is the best and most comic accurate Batman. Love the long Halloween inspiration.
And I'm really hoping they go a Dark Victory for number 2. Inspiration.
I haven't gone by Costco yet because I'm wrestling with the fact that it is a 5-pound pie that is $25 and I'm somehow going to eat that whole thing myself. I'm not saying it couldn't be done. I'm saying, should it be done?
Okay, when I visit you, should I buy it? 2.5 pounds of pie? We could do that, no sweat.
Oh, you want to live stream it? Just us shoving in a
just
whole
us eating pie. A lot of live stream, no context.
Like Andy Kaufman. Okay. Oh, and Cycle ordered his Costco food on the last stream.
2 days ago, I was texting my girlfriend Jess, and she stopped responding. I'm like, okay, she must be busy. And then she texted me back and says, sorry, because she was at Costco. I got Costco overload. Don't worry, I put most of the cart back. ...
I think my favorite Batman movie is the Robert Pattinson one. I bought it, but not watched it. Okay. What I liked most about the Batman was where he was inspirational at the end, acted like a hero, not just a vigilante. I did like that too.
Yep. He realized he had to be more than vengeance.
Right. He wanted justice. Right? He changed to justice at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't know that her. Okay, this is still talking with Cycle Cleveland. This is a good question.
So it's hard because they were going for like 400 or 500 for uninteresting ones, and then the ones that were like really cool, the ones that I'd be like, okay, I'd spend 400 or 500 on, those were like 600, 700, 800. So I was like, I had gotten the okay for a $500 one, but they weren't like iconic ones, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, if it's just some picture of the moon or something.
Yeah, it's like Alfred dusting was 400 or 500, you know, but Batman doing a Batman pose, they make you pay 800 for that one, you know.
That sounds, I mean, I'm not in the outlandish spending game anymore. And that's just where I am in life, but I could easily justify maybe 2016 just would have dropped that kind of money on that. That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get it. I think those things, make sure you get it because you want it and want to keep it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think it's like an investment or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not that kind of person.
Okay, good. A lot of people wondering, hey, Razor, about the Costco pie. I don't know. Maybe I should just go tomorrow and get it.
The stream of us eating the pie, we'd have views.
That's right. Dancing around in my underwear to Bob Seger. I'm just putting that up because I think it's funny. Cycle and Rick Ray started talking to each other still about Plum Pocket.
Oh, that's a real book? I still thought it was a made-up name.
Oh, no. Oh, you at this point, Cycle could name any book, and it would just be a random name, and I would assume it's real. Did I see the trailer for the
Penguin? I think is what they mean. The spinoff to the Batman.
Oh, I have not yet. I tend to not want to see any previews of anything. I just want to be I want to go in knowing nothing and just being excited. Yeah, maybe I'll get the pie and eat a piece on Omnibros on Monday. Mr. Awesome, yes, Brave and the Boys is a channel. You can catch their, there's a link in my description. James has already posted it. They already have, what are you up to now? Like 500 subs?
Let's see. Let's hit refresh. We are at 448.
Nice. And you started the year at like 100, right?
Yeah, like 85.
Nice.
So we've been doing good. We've been having fun with it.
That is great. Do the pie eating stream and I'd be your only viewer. Loyalty. Do they have Costco in Israel? I can't think of why not, but I also don't know. And man, that pie near me was 20 and not 5 pounds. It was close, but none of the pies were 5. More like 4.6, 4.7. You can always cut it in half and freeze half for another time. If by another time you mean before my wife comes home, that's a good idea.
I think another time means later that night.
So does this guy buy original R2? Because he can just replace Taylor completely then.
Omnidog couldn't afford me all the time.
That's true. I had to write him a big check for tonight.
The check was actually blank. He said fill it in with what you think is fair.
I also post-dated it to 2029. Oh. He's Batman Begins. Yeah. Okay. All right, nerds, I got to go to sleep. Want to be on my A game tomorrow. That's right. She and I, 1 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, with the Unstoppable Bar. Very engaging personality. I look forward to it.
Much better than me.
Well, different energy. No, I'm not. No, not. I think maybe Monday's Omnibros, but since it's like a 4.7 pound pie, there will be plenty for like the following Saturday's show. Pie, root beer, and movies.
That's a good combination.
Perfect. Here's Bunkmaster.
What up?
He loves us both.
He's awesome. I wanted to make him a mod, but his name doesn't have J in it. It's not Junkmaster, so
Junkmaster J. Junkmaster J. Here's another link to your channel. Plum Pocket, Plum Pocket, Plum Pocket.
I should have read Plum Pocket before the stream, man, so we could have given the people what they wanted.
Jake is not the hot realtor. The hot realtor will be back on in May.
Ooh, is she going to be there when I visit you?
You're not visiting till July.
Yeah, invite her back in July.
Forget it. Is your girlfriend still watching?
I mean, she probably lost interest.
This is true. There can be no pie evidence, although since my daughter and I both love ice cream, so we made a big purchase from Jenny's Ice Cream, which is $12 a pint. I said, I'm going to have to clear this with your mother. $12 for a pint of ice cream? It better vacuum my floors and Swiffer my walls too. And so I got permission, and my wife still got mad. She's like, how much is this? I said, I told you. Okay, cycle and no, I don't know for sure. You should call if you haven't already. The close 30 has, but the other one 15 miles away doesn't. There's only one Costco near me. Who do I call? Do I call the pie department?
I think, yeah, they have one department for phone calls just for pies.
Just for pies. What are you two going to talk about tomorrow? Well, Bar and I are going to talk about Harley because that's something we both share a love for. But I also got to look at her room, the library where she was, and she has a pretty substantial collection of Omnis. I saw Batman in there and some other stuff. So she has a wide variety of interests. So as much as I want to keep it Harley-centric, I think it'd be more interesting if we started Harley and then branched out to her other interests. I'd like to find out what life is like in Israel for her. What her life is like just in general and what she likes about comic books. It's going to be very comic book intense. the interview is. Death Rattle says, trust. Don't buy and eat that pie. It will taste amazing, but you will be regretting it for the next couple days. That's not the spirit, Death Rattle. But you're probably right. Bunkmasters, in a German beer hall right now. Can't hear anything going on, but I agree with both those and think you're both making sage and handsome points. Thanks, Bunkmaster. I've been in a German beer hall before. And we have cat. We have a cat sighting.
I also got a text from my girlfriend saying, excuse me. So she probably was still watching when I made the comment about the hot realtor. But this is my cat, Vader.
Vader. Nice. There is a cat sighting. So the Comic Slayer would be happy. Actually, a partially frozen pie seems like it would be close to an ice cream pie. Oh, no, I think I have to buy another one on Monday. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea, right? What do you think about Mark Waid reshaping Bat Family in DC Universe?
Ooh, did you read World's Finest?
I haven't yet. That's in my stack, right? Okay, here's what I'm going to read. Is he reshaping the Bat Family?
So they're giving him, at least from what I know, there's going to be a line in DC Black Label of World's Finest. So there's going to be the death of Lex Luthor, and there's going to be World's Finest Teen Titans. But
and he's in charge of that all?
Yeah, he's not writing everything, but he's like leading that line, which
I think it's great. I think Mark Waid's awesome. That's right. Like the $5 milkshake, right?
Hopefully there's no bourbon in that ice cream.
Yeah, no. Cycle's the one that came up with that. Swift Ring His Walls is actually a good idea. In the short time I have right now watching this, obviously I'm watching the replay. I like the stream. Everybody else should do the same. Yeah, right? This is I as much as I like ice cream, I can't justify that, but I'm doing it because I love my daughter and she thinks we're pulling a fast one on her mom, but her mom found out how much it costs. So really, we kind of lost that battle. So here's what I'm going to read this week. I'm promising to read One Star Squadron by Mark Russell because he's hilarious. That's a DC book. DC versus Vampires 1 and 2. I've heard great things about this.
Ooh, that looks good.
Batman and Catwoman. It's a big, thick book.
I've been needing to read that too. So sad it's not a deluxe. It looks so like sad next to the deluxe editions.
I've come to accept that everything's standard size from DC now. It's just, I don't have the energy. Batman Killing Time. Tom King. Yeah, I heard good things about this. Here's some oversized books. Lots of people love this book, Suicide Squad Blaze. So that's why I want to read this week. A lot of people like this. Rogues. This is way oversized too. And the last oversized and last DC book, Catwoman Lonely City. So those are the DC books I'm going to try and read this week. I almost forgot, but I didn't. To go to Organic Price Books and use the code Omnidog. $2 off your order, 5% off shipping 3 or more books together. Omnidog ship it together. And no, Jake, you cannot give your code. This is my channel. Do it on your own channel.
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll return the favor when you're on my show next week.
I'll just be I'll be doing nothing but plugging that. My you unhinge your jaw. Oh. No. Oh, yeah. Okay. Everybody loves Vader. The only reason Josh is here is for Vader. No, it's Jenny's ice cream. And even in Safeway, it's $9 a pint, which I think is outrageous. Believe me, this is a once-in-a-lifetime purchase. I love ice cream, and even I have a hard time justifying this. Ridiculous.
Does the code Omnidog save me $2 on Jenny's ice cream?
It will if I buy 5 more pints at that price. And Ginger John. Okay, I have no idea what this is, but it has something to do with cycling, of course. It's actually really good ice cream. We had some that was $9 a pint, and you buy it straight from Jenny's, it's even more expensive. What's that about? Having a daughter means more excuses to eat ice cream. Consider me sold. Yeah. Carmen next weekend, right, Razor? Larry's in the chat. He's my co-host for the Omnidog Book Club. So next week, we're reading Carmen by Guillaume March. And that's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, good point, Razor. Thanks for bringing that up.
I've bought the last 2 books for the book club and then haven't read them, so I haven't been able to contribute.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you dig Carmen. DC vs. Vampire is pretty dope. I read the first couple issues. DC is tablet size for me, and I dig it because he's all... no, it's not keeping 2. I have to correct myself. Batman Catwoman was great.
I read like the first half in single issues, and then like I stopped collecting single issues, so I'm gonna have to reread the whole book when I read it.
Matthew Guy is demanding a review of Catwoman Lonely City. Okay. I might just review all of those on one big review dump. Lonely City to the top of the read pile. Okay. Here's my Padawan Craig in Britain. He buys pretty much everything I tell him to, and I haven't let you down yet, have I, Craig?
Who do you think you've gotten to spend more money, him or me?
That's a good question. You buy more Omnis that I suggest, so those are more expensive, but he buys more like more books like this, just regular one-off things. That's a good question. That is a good question. Who do you think has spent more, Craig? You or Jake?
I like Josh's next comment that I was cracking up reading that.
This one?
Yeah.
That does sound like me.
But what's even better is eating the $12 ice cream while looking at your animated cell.
Right. Then you're living life to the fullest.
Life is meant to be lived.
Right. DC book reviews. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get at least one viewer for it. I better see, when I do that, I better see your comment then in the comment section, Matthew. Good, bad, indifferent, I don't care, but I need to see your comment.
Jordan texted me because I did a poll on my channel yesterday asking people which kind of like content of video they like. And the one that won by a landslide was book reviews, but they tend to be our smallest performing videos. So I was such a weird discrepancy.
Same here. Yeah. Razor says, Jess has gotten me to spend more money, no question. I'm not trying to get you to spend more money, but I am trying to get you to read better books. That's my goal.
Oh, people read the books that you recommend? I thought people I just buy the books. I'm supposed to read them.
Larry plugging his own channel, Larry's Library. My Catwoman Lonely City review is scheduled for May 1st. Okay, so that means I got to hurry up and beat it. Okay, so that's next week from Monday. So I got to read it and review it before Larry does. Jess, Jake, and Jordan Madman go. What?
I think he wants us to buy Madman, the the slipcase ones, the ones that you recommend.
I don't.
You know the guy he's like the one that's you were Yes, I think that's what he's talking about, right? I think
I'm going to do an overview of this week.
Yeah, he tells me to buy it a lot.
Was need man. Explain yourself. Here's Javier. Hey, yo, I finally got to tune into a live. What Cycle says is right. People say they want reviews, but what they actually want is lists.
100%.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I feel like an actor. It's like one for them, one for me.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the kind of the name of the game, that we just have to do what we want to do, and what uh we just have to throw everything we like out there, and something's gonna hit.
I think the thing I like about lists, though, even like a review, I put a lot more heart and soul into it, but it's easier to talk about like 10 books for like a minute each than it is to talk about one book for 10 minutes. Like it takes more like, yeah.
And hauls, yeah. Some of my haul ones during the pandemic got tons of reviews. And I don't think I probably haven't read any of the books yet from 2020. Nope, it's too late. He already said May 1st. Oh, Craig says, you've got me to buy a couple Omnis, Savage Avengers and Silver Surfer recently, to the best. At least 40% of my collection is recommendations from you.
I bought both of those based off his recommendation also, and Silver Surfer like had me crying like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jordan did a great review of it on our channel.
Nice. Bat Jesus, how's it going? Carmen is a top-notch read. All right.
That looks like some Mitch Gerald's art.
Madman reviews. Okay, buddy. I'm going to do an overview, which is a little bit different than review, but I'm sure I'll be putting my opinion in there. Jess, Jake and Jordan don't have Madman. Oh, okay. Yeah. Josh is my fellow Madman fan.
I just bought Parker for you. He was like pitching Parker to me, so I bought it to make him happy. And the second I buy it, he's like, now you need to buy Madman. He's never satisfied.
Yeah, this is true. What Omnidog viewers want is random tangent chaos. Right. Okay. Mr. Tax, I have a dilemma. Should I get Cable and Deadpool or Immortal Iron Fist and Immortal Weapons? I haven't read Deadpool and Cable, but I've heard it's one of the best ones, and it's been out of print for a long time. It's getting a reprint, right? I have read Immortal Iron Fist. It was one of the first Marvel Omnis I ever got. I loved it. So
I loved it as well. I thought it was very good. I thought I liked it a little bit less after the tournament arc of it, but the beginning and the whole book is still really good. And I really like the one-off stories that take place in the past, you know?
Yeah. I have a something tells me, if I feel like Deadpool and Cable, because of it, there's been a lot of pent-up demand, but Immortal Iron Fist, that book's been out of print forever.
And they added new stuff to it, to this printing.
Yeah. I'm going to, well, I haven't read Deadpool and Cable, so I'm going to have to sort of waffle and say Iron Fist.
I also, and I don't know, I'm just like assuming here, I feel like the Cable and Deadpool book will be around longer once it's reprinted. Like, I feel like I don't know, the Mortal Iron Fist one.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Volume 5 is coming out in November. Hopefully by the middle of next year, we get Volume 6. Those things are coming out nice and on time. Just got me to read Hellboy Library and DC Kirby Omni. Good.
I'll be getting that big Hellboy omnibus with all of them in it.
Oh, the big damn Hellboy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess, did you buy anything for Record Store Day? I did not. Perhaps the release of Macho Man Randy Savage's Be a Man. See the one with Miss Elizabeth? That's all I know about him, is the Iron Sheik yelling about Miss Elizabeth. I did not buy anything about Record Store Day, buy anything for Record Store Day, because that would have meant leaving the house. Not a fan of leaving the house these days. But whatever happened to that cycle?
And the problem with me with Parker is that Volume 1 is out of print. Volume 2 went on a really good sale on Amazon, so they talked me into buying it. But now I'm just stuck because I don't have Volume 1, and like,
it's out of print again?
Yeah. I mean, there's some people selling on eBay for not terrible prices, but
are you sure?
Check right now. If so, If my
will.
girlfriend's not watching, I'll buy it right now. But from what I saw,
Parker
only number 2 was out. And that's what I have.
Martini edition. Wow. No, not that one. Parker Martini edition, the first one. What do you? This is lame.
See, I told you. They talked me into buying a book when I can't read it, which was like, so it's just sitting there laughing at me. And the worst part is it's too tall for a Calyx box.
Yeah, you have to put it in a
Billy.
In a Billy, yeah, and make room for it. I'm not even seeing it on the Bezos site. All I see is Last Call. That was out of print, and then they put it back in print, and now it's out of print again?
I wasn't able to find it.
Well, Last Call is still great, but well, that is a bummer. What's the price on eBay?
I don't remember, but it wasn't egregious, but yeah.
The Parker review was in your show. I was going to do a more detailed one, but couldn't get it to it in time. It felt like it was an of the moment thing. Right. Okay. So I must have highlighted it during Crime Corner when he gave me bullet points. Okay. I do remember that. Yeah. He gave us bullet points. I think it was the minister and I, or was that Joe Guzbuzz? I can't remember. Do you want to talk about, I know I don't want to lose the chat and talk about the topic. So we'll just, because they tune out as soon as I talk about the topic.
I like Josh's next comment.
This one?
Yeah, no, so he was telling me you don't need the Martini editions, just buy the deluxe editions, buy the standard editions. But I mean, how can I not buy the Martini edition, you know?
Yeah, you don't need one to enjoy part 2. That's true. James Abel can link to the show with the Parker review for sure within 12 seconds. He probably already has.
Our last interview guest, Comic Storian, started challenging James and racing him for link posting and beat him.
James beat him?
No, my guest beat James.
No.
You don't watch my interviews?
No.
I'm just kidding. But no, our interview did win, but James was second, but had posted a description of the link. So.
Oh, okay. It's the one with Gooseboots, yeah. Saw it on Bezos for $76. The first one? The first Martini edition? See, talking about the topic, I'm out of here. Or this one. Ghost in You, Parker Martini. I think it's this one, James. This is the one that you can watch, Jake, that has Cycle Cleveland's 60-point review. Yes. James is slipping. No, I don't watch anyone's show. That's true.
Hey, there was one interview I did where Omnidog was in the chat with the question.
What one was that?
I think it was my Comic Pop one. You like popped in for a quick second. The other one with Sal from Comic Pop. You popped in for a quick second.
Yeah, I saw that, James, and with my daughter, and I said, "Look at the haircut on this guy. How is she having an affair with this guy? I need to see it because this is the weirdest looking dude, and he's married to Kirsten Dunst somehow. Whoever this guy is, I'm sure somebody will give me the name of the guy.
Is it the guy Todd from Breaking Bad?
I never saw Breaking Bad, so I don't know.
Is it the blonde guy, short hair, like kind of chubby? Jesse Plemons?
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons.
He's really, what's his name?
Jesse Plemons. I love him in the movie Game Night. That's an amazing movie that everyone should watch.
I don't think I've seen it. Not Elizabeth Olsen, Jesse Plemons. Okay. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. I think it's Kirsten. Kelly said it was Kirsten Dunst. But you're saying it's Elizabeth Olsen? Okay, whatever. Let's talk about the first book. What's your first book?
Oh, okay. So I did mostly Batman books. You said you wanted them a little more recent. So
yeah, let's talk about recent Batman books and why or why not they were any good.
So a good place to start, I think, is Tom King's run. Is Deluxe Edition #1, and I am showing it off because signed by Tom King and Mitch Geralds.
Nice.
I met them at WonderCon. But this one has I Am Gotham, which I think is an awesome, fresh take on the storyline. Have you read the Tom King Batman run?
I certainly have.
It was hard because I think there are other parts that I enjoy more. Like I love the one where they go to the carnival together. I love the
Yeah.
Cold Days arc where it's like 12 Angry Men. So there's some amazing parts, but I think I am like this is it just started out so strong.
Yeah. Books volumes 3 and 4 are two of my favorite Batman books ever. Mr. Tex is signing up. Got to get up for the early morning shift. Good night, Mr. Tex. Thanks for tuning in. The minister and I have been talking about Tom King's Batman for years. His opinions kind of, I think they gelled with my opinions. I loved Tom King's run, and I know not everybody did, but I especially loved volumes 3 and 4. I especially loved when Poison Ivy is broken and takes over the world, and they got to bring in Harley to fix her. It was great. Yeah.
I love it, man. I think for me, the only part that was hard was when I was reading it, I was buying them in floppy single issues. And the Nightmare arc dragged on with no progress to the main storyline for what felt like forever. So reading it in trade is significantly better.
Oh, and Cycle's agreeing with me. Nice. Very nice.
I recently saw a poll on Reddit of the top 50 most wanted DC omnibuses, and the one that won was Tom King Batman, and which I thought was crazy because online you hear so much negativity about it or so much divisiveness about it,
Yeah, which is why I don't go online. This isn't good. The only Batman book you have is Sword of Azrael. Blech. Warren, what are you doing with your life? Sword of Azrael. Good heavens. Oh gosh, how can we help Warren? Well, you can start with Tom King's Batman. What else should we recommend to him? What else do you have there?
Little bit later, but Scott Snyder's run is awesome. I didn't want to do Court of Owls because that felt boring because of course I would choose Court of Owls. So I chose Endgame. So this is the Joker comes back. He is out with a vengeance. So he's just kind of completely unleashed in this book. There's a lot of mystery about maybe his origin is different than we think it is, the Joker, and there's just some great horror moments in this book, and it's awesome.
That's another one, Warren, you should read is Scott Snyder's Batman. Read Scott Snyder's Batman first, then read Tom King's Batman, and then get back to us.
I think it's definitely stronger up until Endgame. They took some weird twists with the Batman character after Endgame.
I think people sort of feel that way in general, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
And also I saw, this doesn't have anything, it has something to do with Scott Snyder. He didn't write it, but I liked a lot of Batman Eternal right here.
Stabbing me in the heart because that's my one whale for DC.
Boom, I knew it. And now Batman and Robin Eternal is getting an Omni, but it's only 26 issues. That's going to be a pretty thin Omni.
Do you think they're going to be DC in charge over 100 for it?
Not over 100. I bet they charge 100. I think it's already up for pre-order at OPB.
Better than Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, there's reasons for all that, I'm sure, but that's not material I would be interested in anyway. Okay, well, at least we got a okay from Warren, so he's not saying no, okay. I refuse. Feared Angel. Whoop, where'd you go? There it is. What are your thoughts on the dawn of DC? I don't have any yet, but maybe Jake does.
So essentially, not to go too into spoilers, but I think it's really refreshing. It's kind of like that same energy of Rebirth, where it's a good jumping on point. Optimism is coming back, so we've kind of been through this before, but I really like that they're positioning Nightwing as the new focal point with the Titans kind of as that new Justice League. I think the Superman stuff they're doing is incredibly interesting. They have like there's multiple. There's a whole Superman family going on with different books, and a lot of the creative choices just feel really refreshing. So it's one of the reasons I jumped on DC Ultra, because it's for the first time in forever I didn't want to trade weight.
Oh, okay, good. Somebody that knows something about current DC. That's good. That's why I had you on. Elon says, I recently read Black Mirror and loved it, but I would have enjoyed it even more if the whole story would have been done with Francisco Francavilla's artwork instead of jumping between chapters to Jock. Okay.
So I haven't read Black Mirror. I've often thought about making the plunge for the Absolute because it sounds awesome and it's like a story that I feel like I would love, but I actually have never read Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's amazing. I would wholeheartedly recommend it.
It's another one where Batman is Nightwing, right?
Yeah. I just read that. Is he Nightwing in that?
Isn't it Dick Grayson, I think?
Maybe it is.
Let me Google this while you keep reading the chat.
Black Mirror is my favorite Scott Snyder story. This true graphic novel fan.
Sorry, my Google speaker in the corner went off. Let's see.
Technical difficulties.
Batman, Black Mirror, Dick Grayson as Batman, full story. So yeah, it is a Dick Grayson as Batman story.
Good. Okay, I have read Nightwing New Order, which I loved. Okay, good.
And another book that you can read is Nightwing Leaping into the Light.
That is a great book.
So I enjoyed Nightwing up until the horrible Rick Grayson. Didn't collect or buy any Rick Grayson stuff when they and then as soon as they ended it with this, they brought back Nightwing proper. I love it. So it's super refreshing. You can jump in. The art is like, it's energetic, it's lively, like everything feels alive. They'll do like crazy cool things with the art, and it is just an awesome storyline. It makes me feel so good when I read it.
Tom Taylor is an awesome writer, and it's got great art. You're right. I actually also have been waiting for the Black Beetle follow-up. There's only 2 of those books out, right? Presumably Reclaimed recently is going to finish Black Beetle Necrologue this year. Okay, so that's what Rick Ray is talking about. Yeah, I love Nightwing and Tom Taylor's run. I got to read Injustice. I already promised Taylor Talks Comics that I'd read that JLI book. Yeah, I need
Injustice?
to read that.
Okay, do you have volume 2? Because I heard Tom Taylor doesn't write it and it's not as good. So it's the only
that's the only other volume I have. I have volumes 1 and 2. I think it's Brian Bucoletto.
I think that's all that's out right now. They haven't done an omnibus for Injustice 2 yet.
Written by Brian Bucoletto with Christopher Sabella and Tom Taylor. I heard that the first 2 were good. And that after this is when it drops off.
Okay, so maybe still snag that one eventually.
Yeah, I would snag. Is it still in print? I would definitely.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think you could get it for like pretty cheap.
Yeah, and if you use my code at Organic Price Books, you get $2 off or $5% off if you have 3 or more books shipped together with Omnidog. Ship it together. Wait,
today was the first day I made money off of my affiliate code, but it was because I bought the book myself.
So what happened?
I made my first commission from Organic Price Books, but it was because I bought the book myself. So
Matthew Guy says start with Batman Year One. That's not a bad idea.
I was thinking about including it until you said slightly more recent ones, but yeah, Batman Year One is awesome.
Yeah. Injustice 2 Omni is like 60 something on Amazon. Okay. So one, I didn't bring it in here, but some Batman that I've really enjoyed recently, which is, I think last year or the year before, was the Murphyverse Batman, the White Knight Batman stuff. Have you read that?
I read the first original one, like the original one that they came out that I haven't read anything past it, but I thought it was really cool stuff. And the art was awesome.
Yeah, he wrote well, actually his wife wrote the Harley Quinn one. I won't talk about that now because I'll be talking about it ad nauseum tomorrow with Barr. but it was his wife is a really good writer. I really enjoyed that. Bat Jesus, Tom King's run was amazing. Not a new book, but I recently discovered Paul Pope's Batman Year 100 4-issue run that is so good. That is a great book.
Did you read Batman Failsafe? Because I wasn't sure if I should include that on my list or not.
You can include it, but try not to spoil it for me because I started it and my daughter was here. And
oh, by all means, man. No, there's other books to talk about.
No, go ahead and talk about it. He's saying True Graphic is saying it's an awesome read too.
So I think what's cool about it is it's incredibly easy for a new reader to jump onto that book, but there's also little winks and Easter eggs to classic Batman, like deep pulls for the fans, but it's still so easy for a new reader to jump into. Like there's like references to Tower of Babel and Grant Morrison Batman stuff, but as a new reader, you can just read it and enjoy it, and it's awesome.
Okay, good. Aren't the Injustice comics the prequel to the video game? My uncle bought the thick trades, not knowing that if it's true. He's never going to play the game, and neither am I. But the books speak for themselves. As far as I know, you don't have to want to play the video game at all to enjoy the books. I think they're completely separate. This I don't know anything about the video game, and I am not going to buy it because I have too many other video games that I want to play and I will never get to. But these books you can read on their own. They're fine. Late to the game, but I heard Injustice Years 1 and 2 were the best and the rest was okay. That's what I heard too. Cage Grant, welcome, buddy. Dream of the Bat. Okay.
I haven't read that one.
I haven't either. Oh, and you've read Gotham Central. That's good. That's a great book.
I own Gotham Central. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, you will enjoy it. I can promise you that. That is some of the best stuff out there. No, hardly any Batman in it, but that's what's great about it. It's just about the GCPD.
This is the oldest book on my list, but another Batman story that I think doesn't get talked about as much as Long Halloween, but Batman Dark Victory is one of my favorite Batman stories. So another one that I think people should read, but yeah, Batman Dark Victory, one of my favorite Batman stories. That the Absolute is my dream whale. I don't think it'll ever come back into print, but because Robin's my favorite character. I love the Batman and Robin dynamic. And, I know that's what got me into Omnis was I decided to buy that instead of buying the Absolutes when they're out of print. So
you have the story.
Yes, I have. I mean, I have it in trade. I have the Omnibus. Dark Victory is my one of my favorites because I love how it shows the birth of Robin. Like my one favorite panel in it, I bookmarked it, but right here is my favorite panel in it. This right here. So like just the art is amazing, and the way it like shows that like Bruce is the only one to understand what Robin is going through or what Dick Grayson is going through in that moment. Like I just think is incredible.
And of course, I bought this and didn't even know it because I was still under the influence of the pain meds of my hernia surgery, and I did a live unboxing on Omnibus, and I was like, what the hell is this book? I don't even remember buying it.
It was one of my that or Infinite Crisis was my first Omnibus.
I don't know that I'd recommend Infinite Crisis as a first Omni to anybody.
Well, my DC reading started when I was in like junior high, and I bought Final Crisis, a trade paperback of it. That was the first thing I read in collected edition format. And then I read 52, and then I went to Infinite Crisis, so I went backwards. Which again, I didn't know enough to not know what I didn't know, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody else, but I jumped into the deep end.
Oh, Dr. Elevator with a really good point.
Yeah.
Detective Comics, yeah, it's really a Batwoman book. But yeah, Detective Comics, it's a really Bat family, and that's a better Batwoman book. I mean, I own it and liked it, but the Batwoman Rebirth, this is even better.
The like interaction between the characters, like Clayface is incredible in that book. Cassandra Cain is incredible in that book. Like, it is just like, I love the interactions between the characters in that book.
Yeah, I have that in oversized hardcover. That deserves a reread sometime this year. Oh, and here's some final words on Injustice. The Injustice issues are a prequel to the games, and also separately the Arkham Knight, Arkham City comics based on the video game series as well. All are in Omnibus format, but Arkham is well out of print. Okay. Alan Grant was my favorite Batman run. Tech has never had a team as great as Grant and Brayfogle.
That was
His Grant used to have this Robin shirt too. Are you watching the Titans new episodes? I like the old giant Batman comics from the 60s. Those are cool.
I saw the cool thing they just did for the Titans finale where they referenced every other DC property and threw Grant Morrison in there and all that cool stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I haven't watched Titans in a few seasons.
I have not watched Titans at all, but I heard that starting with season 3, it gets really good.
It does. Like, the jump from 1 to 2 was the most dramatic, but season 3 would be a good jumping on point. I don't think you'd be missing much.
Okay. Gotham Thrasher. I actually started reading the wider DC universe as a kid through Crisis on Infinite Earths. Before that, I only read Batman. Grant Brayfogle, 100%. All the Grant Brayfogles on the DC app. It is absolutely essential.
This next one has to be a troll, right? That's got to be.
The Natural Bridge is having fun with us, which is fine.
My friend tricked me into reading the sequel to Dark Knight Returns, and I'll never forgive him.
Was that Strikes Back?
Yeah. So remember, I think I told you the story, but Jordan let me borrow. I'd never read Dark Knight Returns because, like, I'd seen the movie. I knew it was good, but I always put it off. So he let me borrow the Absolute. I read it. It was better than I could have imagined. Half the book is left. I'm like, there's more? And he goes, yeah, man, keep reading. So, yeah, not a very good friend. That's why I didn't invite Jordan on your show tonight. You know, that's why he's sitting downstairs.
Yeah, Jordan, way to go. Cycle, don't troll me.
Do you have a 60-point review on Dark Knight Strikes Back, Cycle Cleveland?
Picked up new 52 Harley 0 through 11 at yard sale today. Where does the series rank amongst all of the Harley runs? Number 1. And to find out more Harley stuff, tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when I have Bar from Israel, the Unstoppable Bar, where we'll be talking about Harley Quinn, among other things. Grant Brayfogle Batman stuff is amazing. I didn't think I'd enjoy it considering it's older, but I was happily surprised. Right. I only read random Batman issues in my youth. Not until the last several years did I go back and read other DC stuff. World's Finest Omnibus looks great. Team up, right? Stories. Are you talking about the Silver Age World's Finest? Not the current Mark Waid one. Yeah, I liked Silver Age World's Finest, but that's me. Consider the gauntlet picked up. Okay, there's your challenge. Because I remember specifically going to the comic book store, excitedly going, oh my gosh, the first time in, it came out in like 2000, so it had been 15 years since Dark Knight Returns, waiting to read all of them at once, and I was astonishingly disappointed and horrified at how bad it was. I was like, is this the same writer? What happened?
I feel like you gaslit yourself a little bit because you read the first one and you're like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not getting it yet. Let me keep reading and see if it gets better. And it gets worse.
Yeah. Yeah, Silver Age. I mean, it's very Silver Age, but it's Batman and Superman in the Silver Age, which I would say Batman Silver Age, Superman Silver Age at that time was probably not to the modern reader's taste, but their team ups were kind of interesting. So yeah, I dug the World's Finest ones. I do not. I don't. I actually had it in the absolute like Jake did. And I sold it once I found another form of Dark Knight Returns.
I feel like
decided
you'd run out of root beer to pour on that book.
No, I sold it on eBay for real money. Well, Lars, peace and love. Every opinion is valid here. If you dug it, wasn't that bad. Is not saying you dug it, but
I heard recently, and I don't know if this is true, but DC paid him $1 million to come back and write that story. And I don't know if they got their money's worth.
Give me $50,000 and I'll write a better story than that. Give me $10, I'll write a better story than that. I'm reading Rogues this week, Natural Bridge. I'm going to read a ton of DC stuff, and I'm going to put up a review, and 200 people will like it, and that's it. Well, whereas I'll get 2,000 views on my top 10 Penguin moments.
I'd watch that.
Yes, I'm excited for Superman Silver Age. We're getting closer. Before my imminent death happens, we'll get to the period 68 to 74, which is the best Batman. And although that's a little bit of Bronze Age.
Can we do top 10's Jenny ice cream flavors?
That are $12 a pint.
It's only $120.
Jordan, well, yeah, we can write it off on our taxes, although we'll have to figure out how to make it something to do with books. Although, no, if it's on YouTube, we can do it. Top 10 Jenny's ice cream flavors. Maybe my daughter and I need to review those, and then I can write them off as content for YouTube. Right? Yeah, I like it already. Here's Jordan trying to stick up for himself. No, Jordan, we there's nothing to be proud of.
Jordan, when is that volume 2 of the All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder coming out?
Yeah, and how is it that you actually own that? How do you share a channel with this guy that he owns both?
The worst part is I texted him when I found it in the wild and said, "Want me to pick it up for you?" And he said, "Sure." And I walk around the rest of the con with absolute Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, and you can see people like walking away from me, or they see me, they go to the other side.
People repellent. Yeah. Stay away from him. What's going on there? So I'll tell you another one that I really love is Batman Earth One by Johns and Gary Frank. Have you read Batman Earth One?
So I have watched Jordan's in-depth review on it, but I have not read it. So, but I know a little bit about it. I think it's awesome. I think it's like, again, a great way to jump in. But I haven't read it, but I love Gary Frank's art.
Yeah, and he's great in it. And it is one of my all-time favorite Batman stories, that Earth One. It is great.
I think the only thing I don't like about Gary Frank's art is that it makes Doomsday Clock take 3 years to come out. You know what I mean? But once it's collected, you can enjoy the art without having to worry about delays.
I actually believe this because I was part of that hype that was all excited to get it. A new Spooey. I mean, we were, I don't know, the internet kind of existed back then, which was the year 2000. So I don't recall. All I remember is the excitement at the local comic book shop about getting this book. And I bet there were 175 K ordered of that. And I don't think Hush deserves any criticism because I really love that story. Shut up, Cycle Cleveland. Shut up, you.
Wait, isn't this one though that you said don't get in the absolute? Or is this one that you said get in the absolute? I'm trying to remember.
That was my first absolute. So
okay. So it was on your list of absolutes to get.
I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure because I love it in the absolute, but I'm almost positive your review says you don't need Hush in absolute. But I feel like the art is incredible, so it looks great in the absolute. But I could be wrong.
You probably. I mean, I've done 450 shows, so I don't remember. I mean, I forgot that review was even out there until. That's one of those things that I do and forget about, and then somebody leaves a comment 5 years later. I'm like, this thing has 10,000 views. I didn't even know that. Oh, Zach, thank you.
Hey,
Is this a friend of yours?
I mean, all my fans are friends.
Okay, Cycle, you need to change your tune or I am not highlighting you anymore. Do not come on my channel and talk shit about Hush. Peace and love, peace and love. No. Solid answer. Nice. Batman. Oops, I accidentally highlighted it. Batman Earth One did a cool job with the Harvey Bullock character. Yeah. Oh, and Rick Ray talking shit too. Usually I agree with Rick Ray. Rick Ray, tonight is not your night. Not highlighting that either. Peace and love, but no, forget it. Forget it, I say. Batman Earth One. What else? We can talk about other DC books.
Yeah, so I had two that are non-Batman. But one of my all-time favorite books is Superman Up in the Sky. Have you read Tom King's Up in the Sky?
Oh, yeah.
So I think this will be the next one I do a review on. It's my all-time favorite one, and also keep that Tom King signature.
Nice.
But no, Up in the Sky, I think it just like it takes Superman off-world and it puts him in different trials and challenges where he can't just punch his way out of them, and it answers the question, why is Superman important, or why is he so important as a character? And I love I just love it, like the little girl that asks every question you have about Superman, because of course a kid would ask Superman a bunch of questions, and I just think it's it just explains why he's so important.
Great choice. And I also liked from that time period Bendis's Batman universe.
Jordan just finished reading that a couple days ago, and he was telling me how good it was. I've read part of it. Like I remember when Green Arrow's like telling the Riddler, just answer our question, and Batman's like, he puts a lot of effort into these. That's what Jordan was telling me today, and it sounds hilarious.
It's really good. Yeah, they both switched off. Bendis was writing Superman at the time, and King was writing Batman at the time, and they switched off. And I think they did a great job with both those books. Zach, we have, but we're happy to talk about it again. Is that the Omni?
I own it. I own it in the trades, the deluxes, and the Omni. So
whoa,
yeah.
I own the oversized hardcovers, as I said before, but we love it, Zach. We think it's a great Batwoman book.
Clayface, Cassandra Cain.
Yeah,
awesome.
Great Bat family book. Here's a question for you.
That's a really good question. So
now also consider this is going to make a good top 5 or 10 video for both of us.
Yeah.
That
so
we'll
get dibs. I'm just kidding. You can take the top Ginny's ice cream flavors. I'll take top Batman artist. Again, for me, if I could own one Batman print, I mean, in the world, it would be what I showed off, that scene in Dark Victory. So I love Tim Sale's art. More recently, like Mitch Gerard's art is always fantastic. I mean, a lot of the Tom King artists were just great. Like Gary Frank does good. I haven't read a lot of the older stuff, but for me, like I think Tim Sale for me is like classic Batman that I remember reading growing up.
Nice. Let's see. Mikhail Yanin does a great job on Tom King's Batman. Of course, I always like the little bit of Carmine Infantino back in the Silver Age that I could get. Jock is a great Batman artist.
I have a Jock book that I just got on my haul, but yeah, his art is fantastic.
What am I doing here? Batman. Greg Capullo, of course, he's great.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. Patrick Gleason's great on that book.
Oh, I don't even think about him. I guess like for me, I think of him more as like Superman, Super Sons, you know.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin is fantastic.
Have you guys talked about underrated titles? No, that's another good video idea. Dibs on that one.
Okay, I'll take Batman artists. I feel like you know more. I mean, you probably know more underrated titles and more Batman artists than me, you know. But I'll take Batman artists.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, Bronze Age Neil Adams, definitely probably my favorite.
What's better, Bronze Age Neil Adams or recolored re-art Neil Adams?
You are the only one that's ever asked me. I thought this was such a good question when you interviewed me. Was this last year when you interviewed me?
Oh no, our first interview was a couple years ago.
Okay. Yeah, and you were the first one to say, and I thought it was a great question. You said you're known for your positivity, but your most popular video is negative. And it's the one where I say why I dislike. I made sure I didn't put hate in the title. Why I dislike Neil Adams' Batman with a fiery passion. And that's got a lot of views, and you were right. And I'm super negative on it.
But I think it's also, while you're being negative on it, you're also showing how much you love the original. And like I've even showed my girlfriend when I was trying, because I was showing her your video, and I showed her the artwork, the old and the new artwork, and even her as a non-comic book fan. Well, actually, now she likes some comics, but as just a regular person, she agreed that it's really, in your words, garish. You know,
he didn't need to go redraw it, and he most certainly did not need to recolor it. I don't know why. I guess DC was trying to stay on his good side for some reason, and then Odyssey is contained in that same ridiculous omnibus, and it's even more ridiculous than possible. You'd think possible. That's why I really can't wait for the latter part of the Silver Age and the beginning of the Bronze Age, when you can see peak Neil Adams, or you could read it in the Deadman omnibus because it's not recolored or redrawn there. And he's actually even a good writer. Well, in the Deadman omnibus, if you can believe it.
James Lincoln, the interview.
Correct answer, Bruce Timm.
Oh, that's right. I got to bring my Good Girls art to get signed by you when I meet you.
Brave the Boys with Omnidog. Here are his opinions, not facts.
Wait, can I say it?
Adams,
can I say it? Peace and love. Not my favorite artist, but peace and love.
Do you guys think Tomasi's Detective Comics Omni and a Super Sun Omni reprints are both? Yes.
100% yeah. Yes.
We both said it at the same time. I cannot emphasize how great both those books are.
The Super Sons, I mean, is one of my favorites. I just was like, I remember like it took like how heartbreaking it was with what they did with the Jonathan Kent Superman. I eventually came to terms with it, but the Super Sons was like my absolute favorite thing. Even the animated Super Sons movie is pretty good.
I need to see that. Yeah. The internet does promote negativity. That's why I try and be positive. And here's your co-host's opinion. Correct answer was Jim Aparo.
The confidence on that, though.
Yeah. I love that if y'all did. I'm always looking for new works to read. Okay. So wait, let me write down what ideas. Okay. The first one was top Batman
artists.
Well,
I think the first video recommendation was you eating a pie on live stream.
Top Batman artists. And what was the next one?
Underrated titles.
And
then also we could just do Batman omnibuses, Batman books to start with. Batman books, that's a great one. But yeah, Batman artists, underrated videos. Ginny's ice cream flavors.
Yeah, and then Ant-Man came up with a good point. If you freeze that pie, it's going to be like an ice cream pie, maybe. So you get like two different pies. That's a good question for you.
I read mostly Big Two, and I think the reason why is that I'm very like addictive. I have an addictive personality. So to give you an example, I when I started doing YouTube, I only read DC. So I have, my DC Omnibus shelf. I didn't start collecting Marvel until this year, and this is my shame that I filled up another bookshelf. So for me,
not your shame. It's what you're proudest of, because I recommended a bunch of them.
Yes. But I do read. I mean, I've read some other stuff, like some of the Ed Brubaker stuff from Image. Fantastic. I mean, all the Ed Brubaker stuff from Image is fantastic. I know like Saga. I love Saga. I know it's still superhero stuff, but Invincible, fantastic. I need to read more in like indie stuff. I'm trying to branch out more just for the sake of the channel. But I think for me, it's just like this stuff is so nostalgic for me, and it just scratches that itch for me, you know?
Yeah. I feel like I don't know if this is true for everybody, but it feels like everybody starts out kind of with superhero comics and then sort of branches out when they're like, okay, this is cool, but what else is out there?
Yeah, they did the gateway comics.
Yeah. So you're probably right on schedule.
Yeah, I'm following along. You know, it's already got, because the first I was like DC all about it, and then I was like, DC isn't doing it for me. I need something new. So I opened the Marvel doorway, you know, and then I'll just open up the indie doorway. It's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right on schedule. Oh my God, Kelly Jones is the worst Batman artist next to recolored.
Is he trolling?
No, he is totally for real.
Have one of the mods ban him from the chat. I'm just kidding.
No, he's just being himself. Mignola is a great Batman artist too. Cosmic Odyssey, Gotham by Gaslight, The Doom That Came to Gotham, etc.
Ooh, I just bought that movie. I haven't watched it yet. Maybe if Jordan is still here when I'm done with the live stream, we'll watch it tonight.
Norm Bravefogel, Internet, The Gate, Cycle yelling at me. Hey guys, lately, did you watch new Legion of Superheroes and Batman cartoons? Was good.
Do you mean
have
like
not seen those?
The old school Legion of Superheroes animated one? There's also the pretty good Justice League versus the Fatal Five movie that they did, which was done as like a sequel to the Justice League Unlimited and animated series stuff, where they fight the Fatal Five with the Legion, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Alexa's talking to somebody upstairs, but I'm not upstairs. Who the hell?
My Google went off earlier. Your Alexa's going off now. It's all part of it, you know?
What? There's nobody up there even talking to you, Alexa. What is that?
Is that spooky since you're home alone right now?
It's odd. Neil Adams' recoloring Deadman was tragic. Totally agree with you, Rick Ray. Glad the Omni fixed it. Yeah, 100%. I also had this. Let's see. Okay, Cycle. Okay, here's Lars's choice. Jim Aparo, Neil Adams, Brian Boland, Marshall Rogers, Norm Brayfogle, Ty Templeton, and Gary Frank. Cycle finds Lars' answer accepted.
Do you have a response to what Very Fine said about us this morning on his live stream? That you're collecting your generic Justice League?
Oh, because I'm having you and Barr on?
Yeah, he said, what's he doing? Get his own generic Justice League?
Hey, that is not a generic Justice League. I have my Southern California guy and you, my Israeli correspondent and Barr. I have a minister. I have an Omnicat. I have a demented accountant from Mississippi who collects toys, and also a Netherlands correspondent that also collects toys. So that is hardly generic. That is very representative of the world.
We are name brand Justice League.
That's right. Been reading Tim Truman's and Ostrander's Hawk World recently. I don't know why I waited so long because it's so damn good. Yeah, that really is. I really enjoyed Steve Englehart Batman issues. Most of his canon stories are great, and the Marshall Rogers art was nice. Yeah. Fortunately, Bronze Age Batman in Omniform is years away. Let's not put a jinx on it. Let's hope it's within the next 5 years. I have no idea how long I have. I want to see that. What are your thoughts on Saga, Jess? I have the first 3 hardcovers. I love Saga. I haven't picked it up since, I guess, issue 50 is when he took his break. Mm-hmm. I love it. I thought it's incredibly inventive, incredibly outside of the envelope. Wait, outside of the box, pushing the envelope. I got my analogies mixed up. Mixed my metaphors. Yeah, it's out pushing the envelope, pushing the box. It's great thinking. The art was great. I love everything about Saga, but I haven't read it recently, so I don't know. I'm sure it's still great, but I don't know what issues he's on.
The only hard part about Saga for me was that I tried to get into it a couple times. So I read the first like 2 trades of Saga, and then time would pass and I would go back and read the first 2 trades. And I feel like I read the first 2 trades like 5 times until
that's how I've been with Invincible. Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend just finished watching season 1 of Invincible, and she thought it was a little too gory, but she liked the show.
I have pollen in my eye right now, so just a sec. Good heavens. Well, the indie thing I love is Pride of Baghdad. Still salty about that ending though. That's a Vertigo title, Brian K. Vaughan, and yes, I agree with that ending. I don't think I can read it again. I think I still own it, but I don't know that I could read it again. Marshall Rogers was a great pick. Getting into indie will financially ruin you because you'll love it so much and want to buy all the great stuff. Start out with superheroes and you end up with hyperthyroidism themed indie books. Goiter.
Is that what Goiter's about? I thought that's what I thought.
I don't know. He's always threatening to send it to me. Except it's out of print and he's probably going to flip his extra copies on eBay. Here's an idea for a show. A live show with you, your daughter, Bar, and Max. During the show, Bar and Max debate on which to date your daughter. Okay. That would probably make my daughter really happy. Started with Asterix and Obelix with some Beano. I am familiar with Beano, and I've read a lot of Asterix. Those are British comics, or except Asterix is French, I think. I'm not reading anything about Kelly Jones. Forget it. Longtime reader both. Would you say that there's a different quality in the 2 publishers? Is that evidenced by the gap in Eisner Awards between the 2? I don't know anything about Eisner Awards, who receives the most.
Yeah, I wasn't also aware of which one has more.
I judge both by how much I enjoy their stuff. And I think I enjoy their stuff equally, the big 2. I'm later to Marvel, like Jake is. But I try to be picky about what I think I'm going to like in Marvel. I mean, I got a whole K-Lax full of Marvel now, so. And a bunch of, well, those are K-Lax also. Yeah, so I have a lot of Marvel, but I feel like it's quality stuff. I don't know.
I think I know how to answer this question.
There's
a difference in the production side quality, I think, between the 2 publishers in terms of what they output. So the reason I started Marvel was that we had no DC announcements for such a drought. I was like, am I really going to go a whole year not buying an omnibus? Because like that would have been responsible, you know?
We're not here for responsible.
I feel like Marvel communicates better with its fans and its readers. I feel like there's more runs collected. There's more history collected. DC, it feels like they cherry pick what they want to produce versus I feel like Marvel gives you a lot more runs from what I've seen. But definitely like I feel more, even as a new Marvel fan, I feel more seen from Marvel than I do from DC, like by the company itself.
Yeah, well, they're the ones that have very fine condition and actually listen to him and the fans. And he rarely gets his phone calls or emails returned from DC. So, yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Oh, I also have Guzzbuzz. That's right. Thank you for Crime Corner. We noticed lately a lot of people who love her hate Alex Ross.
People hate Alex Ross?
What? What do you guys think of his stuff in general, but also more specifically as Batman?
This is a perfect thing to jump into. The book I was talking about, the one that you recommended to me on our very first interview together, that I have attempted to get on 2 separate occasions.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Justice.
Yes. So I finally got the deluxe edition of Justice. So the first time I bought or tried to buy Justice, I wanted the Absolute. And I bought it. I was all excited. And it shows up. And then I realized that Justice and Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes were different books.
Well, no, that's still a good book.
It's still a good book, and I loved it, but it wasn't Justice, and I thought it was. So I buy another copy of Justice at Absolute. Comes no slipcase, smells like cigarettes. The book's torn up, like it looks like someone ashed a cigarette on it. So I have a beat to hell copy of Absolute Justice that I don't know what to do with. It has library stamps all over it. Like,
you didn't return it?
No, I did. I tried to get my money back. They said no. I disputed with my credit card, and they gave me my money back.
Oh,
so I don't know what to do with it now. But I got the deluxe edition, and you know what? It's kind of good because I only have space for Preacher #1 left on my Absolute section.
Okay.
So I'm
you know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need another shelf.
I know. So this was one of the first books I got in my haul.
Right, Buzz, yeah. I wish DC would do a collection of the comics that inspired Batman TAS, especially with each telling why and how it inspired the episode. That's a good idea.
I mean, we're getting the Batman the Batman the Adventure Continues omnibus, so I'm happy with that.
According to the NMC Discord, Jess, you are going to take over Omar's channel when he dies. We've got faith that you are going to outlive us all. From your mouth to God's ear. Absolutely.
So you take over Omar's Very Fine's channel, and I take over your channel, right?
Sure. Yeah. It can be Omni Cats. No, we've already got an Omni Cat.
I want to be Omni Pup.
Okay. Good. I deemed the Omni Pup when I take over. Someone one day will give me a link to that Discord.
I think you just got to pay like $3 a month or something.
What? You have to pay to belong to that Discord? F that.
Wait, I could be wrong. I think you do. They'll have to pay it's a couple dollars, but support a creator. Like when I super chatted you through Venmo the other day.
Oh yeah, that was funny. You need someone from Canada on channel. How about doing a show with Curtis? Well, I could interview him about the For Better or For Worse books that he designs for a living. He's an excellent book designer, but I don't read epics hardly at all, which is of course his bailiwick. I'd be happy to have him on to talk about the latest edition of For Better For Worse, which I think is coming out this year. I love that comic strip. Larry speaking up for the Defenders instead of generic Justice League, I assume. Eisner Awards are just a joke. LOL, Goiter isn't about that. It's an 8-ball-esque one-man anthology, but Goiter is caused by hyperthyroidism. Okay, thank you.
Well, now I'm canceling my pre-order.
I think Josh said he named it that to discourage himself from Googling people's thoughts on it because he thought he'd have to wade through a bunch of gross Goiter images. Okay. Oh, yeah, I do need to get that. Josh sent me pictures of it. Is that a TKO book? I forget. It's a smaller book, right? Like maybe digest size. Yeah, I definitely want to get that. I'm not paying $3 a month to anybody for Discord. I don't even what? Yeah, this is true. I had my viewers request bomb Very Fine Conditions channel relentlessly for months, and we got a Gwenpool omnibus.
Maybe someday we'll get that Inhumans omnibus, right?
Right, for poor Geo. There is a quality difference between DC and Marvel. Their paper quality, that is. DC is thick and expensive. Marvel is thin and cheap.
Also, when I open up my DC omnibuses, like new ones, they don't smell their whole room up with ink.
Right, I've heard some of that.
It's when they do the iMac printer, they don't smell very good.
I'm not an Alex Rose fan. Well, that's good. We're not talking about Alex Rose
You mean
tonight.
Axl Rose?
Or Axl Rose. Are you an Axl Rose fan? Since 1986, I would say that DC has been the publisher that has been more diversified and interesting. Piranha Press, I own a bunch of their stuff. Vertigo. Paradox Press, I own a bunch of their stuff. Helix, I don't think so. But yeah, Black Label, what Vertigo has become. Piranha Press and Paradox Press, that's a good point, Lars. Those are really good books. Paradox Press put out a bunch of great crime novels, graphic novels, and I'm forgetting what Piranha books I have, but Paradox put out a bunch of great crime stuff, and I feel like so did Vertigo. Those smaller ones. Those are, where are those? Those must be in the other room. I don't have access to them right now. Rick Ray, not an Alex Ross fan.
I will say that sometimes his faces look similar. Like, like when you look at like is it the Justice? One of the Justice ones, like Martian Manhunter looks just like Lex Luthor but green.
Okay. The Beat Heat. Is the Beat Heat in here? Okay, but he's talking to me, Omnidog. 1 out of 2. Okay, this is Next Imaginaut, and he has very lengthy thoughts. This one seems good. David Gabriel's sage, calculated risk-taking, and openness to audience feedback is why Omar's about to... Rom and Micronauts Omnis, they are not. And DC can't even get its... Let's see. Where is he? Are you finishing it? Act together to produce proper omnis of most of its best and most artistically valuable material. Well said.
Just the fact that there's not an oversized way to get post-crisis Superman and post-crisis Batman, like, is just so discouraging.
I have an awesome team. Oh, let's not forget the one and only Larry's Library book club host. Right. You are 100%. I did not know that. 777.77.
Wait, hold on. Let me unsubscribe really fast so it changes it.
That means we're only 200 and some odd subscribers away from my hair getting dyed. Wow. I did not know that. It's a Patreon perk for very fine condition. Okay. That is something I'm not going to do. Getting the comics in the late 70s, there was always a rivalry between Marvel DC, and it seemed back then you were either one or the other, at least leaned one that way. I knew I was Marvel right away. Larry, if you read prose books, the last prose book I read, I feel like it was 2019, it was called Slugfest. And it's all about the rivalry between Marvel and DC. And it is really interesting and really fun. It's easy to read, but it's an amazing peek behind the curtain at their rivalry. It was really cool. Jess Melanie can give you a free link to the Discord. Okay, now we're talking.
I think Jess won't do it unless you pay him to join the Discord.
Yeah. Okay, Next Imaginaut, thank you for being here. Yes, you bet. Yeah, Cycle. I'm an influencer, man. I got 707,077.77 subscribers.
Also, you can just take it off his tab for what he owes you for breaking things in your basement, you know?
Right here, yeah. Do you have a basement where Omar could Cycle? Yeah. A laundry room. I like Alex Ross. I also like Bob Ross. Still on the fence about Thunderbolt Ross, though. You got your Rosses all together.
I just found out my girlfriend doesn't like Bob Ross, and I was like, I was like, who doesn't like Bob Ross?
Cage, thank you for tuning in. Peace and love. To be fair, I like Alex Ross as a cover artist. His covers are the main reason I hold on to my Astro City single issues. The underrated Astro City. I love Astro City. Alex Ross uses real models for lighting and poses when he paints, so someone looking similar is likely the same person in a different pose.
And isn't it usually himself? Or like he uses himself sometimes, right?
That I don't know. Which writer would you want to see take on Batman next? I feel like they've all had a chance. Who's left?
My thing is, I don't care who takes on it next. I just want them to have a substantial run. I'm getting a little like over. 4 trades with this guy, 3 trades with this guy, 2. I want something. I don't know if they were like they realized that maybe they shouldn't have promised Tom King 100 plus, you know, but like, or that's what he, you know. I want someone a little bit longer. I want the next great Batman run because these previous ones have been good, but like what everyone just does like 2 or 3 stories.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Vertigo Crime and the Best Piranha books. Oh, Why I Hate Saturn. I have that. Gregory, I don't have that one. Beautiful Stories for Ugly Children. But the Kyle, I don't have that one. But Why I Hate Saturn was remarkable by Kyle Baker. Really remarkable. I vote for pink hair. Well, there's still a poll up. I think James can probably hook you up to the poll link where to vote for my hair color. Oh, there's a roguish type. How's it going? Yeah, Slugfest. Really good book. Everybody create a ghost account and subscribe so we can get that hair dyed tonight. She's not here tonight, but she will be happy to do that. Jess, are you going to double dip and buy the Astro City Omnis? They are standard right now, but I also have all of them. I say now I don't think so because there's like 19 books and how am I going to offload all those? I think I'm probably going to hang on to them, but that artwork is pretty good and the stories are remarkable.
Are they standard size, the ones you have?
Yeah, they're all standard size.
You gotta get the oversize.
I kind of like them because like the first 6 are from 6 different publishers. It started off at like Homage, then Wildstorm, then Image, then DC. Then I don't know. Are they in here? No, they're in the other room. Josh, as an artist himself, says every artist uses themselves at some point. Josh is a really good artist. Bunkmaster, I can't imagine a hair color that wouldn't be dignified and just. That said, I think purple would look great. Well, there's a poll where you can vote on my channel.
You know, he's going to give the people what they want.
We should do Why I Hate Saturn as a future book club book. Let's get this guy reading. You know, I don't know that it's in print. Is it, Rick? It's a great book, but I'm not sure it's in print. Here it is. 8,000 subs, hair color vote. There you can go. Thank you, James. There you can go. I'm getting closer despite my lack of new material that I put out. Somehow I keep getting subscribers. Yes, I think pink was in the lead, but purple was very close. Second. And yeah, I'll do it.
Is there a color you secretly hope wins, or do you really have no preference?
No, I don't care. I think I need my hair to be a little longer to be effective.
Is the mustache going to be dyed also?
That is a good question. I will leave that up to what upper and junior level management think at the time.
Second place could go to the mustache.
Wow, purple and pink. Yoicks. I just found out your Harley stream bars tomorrow. I'm very excited. Roguish type. Awesome. Yeah, tomorrow with bar at 1 p.m. Sunday Eastern Standard Time. Pink is winning right now with 31%. Green's in second place with 52%.
That math don't math.
That's mathing out. I don't think that's mathing out. Oh, okay. 25%. Okay. So 24. So Green's in second place.
I feel like you're going to look like the Joker.
Lucy, I could just say before Image released the thick trades, there would be hardcovers of Astro City. They just wanted to get it all out in trade paperback first. When I heard that, I decided to wait for those hardcovers. When it comes to homage of that series, yeah, the Astro City books, they started in homage and then they just kept continuing with whatever publisher it was. Here we go. Astro City. Image, homage, Wildstorm, Vertigo, Image. Wait, what? Wait a minute. This is controversial.
Or is it the other way around? Is it go Image, then Vertigo?
Let me take, I think it started homage. Let's go into the next room and just double check because I know right where they are. Whoop. This room's still under construction. Okay. What? Okay, these don't. Okay, homage. Homage. Oh, they're not in order. Fricking frick. Wildstorm. Wildstorm. That's the Dark Ages, though. Let's see. Kurt Busiek's Astro City Family Album. Astro City. Homage. I think it started homage, homage. Wildstorm, Wildstorm, Wildstorm. DC, then finished out with Vertigo. Oh, but now you're saying, okay, now I know what you're saying. They're now all Image because he's going to Image. Okay. He's republishing them all in Image. So I think homage is the first one. That's all I have. Okay. Yoink. I just looked see, and you're right. Why I Hate Saturn isn't readily available. Yeah. Amazon has copies. Are they really expensive though, Rick? Let me plug in my mic again. That book is really, really excellent. It is really sharp.
I've never even heard of it before.
Well, it was, gosh, I feel like it was in the 90s. And it was Piranha Press, like Lars said, and I think it just went out of print. It's an older book, but I think it's one of Kyle Baker's best. Cowboy Wally Show is also great. Now I don't remember who printed that one.
I just texted Jordan to order me pie because all that talk about pie, I'm like craving it right now.
Yes, I have half a pint, $6 worth of Jenny's ice cream still upstairs. Ram V on Detective is fantastic. Good, good. I am a huge Ram V fan. On that note, Usagi goes Fantagraphics, Mirage, Dark Horse, IDW, Dark Horse. No, this is not happening, Elon. Stop. Go green. It will be an incredible choice because, yeah, you got the Green Hulk right there. It's up to the fans, man. I'll do whatever the fans say. Oh, you can't say that. She's not in the chat to defend herself. She needs to do hair and makeup like Harley. You can do some Joker makeup to be on theme. Upper level management's in charge of my makeup, and she's not here. Sorry.
I wanted a better pie. They're ordering me a McDonald's apple pie because they're getting McDonald's right now, and that's not the pie that I wanted.
Do you have the chance to get the strawberry shortcake McFlurry?
Oh, I'm going to get that. That's actually really good. I had it once.
I haven't had it yet.
And a strawberry McFlurry.
Get two. I want one too.
I'll freeze it and bring it to you in June.
I will. I don't know if I'm going to dye the mustache, Elon. That's a good question. I'm going to see what. I think probably my hair is going to be enough. We went from 3,500 square feet to 2,200 square feet. That is my square footage. Okay, Internet has Image from 95 to 96. Oh, and then Homage beginning 96 to 2004. Okay, New Spooey.
I mean, can you trust anything you read online, though?
Maybe Homage. Well, okay, that could be. I have the first hardcover, the standard size hardcover, and it says homage on it. I don't have any that say image, but you could be right. I mean, I'm not going to argue. Peace and love. Did we figure there would be 8 or so thick Astro City trades? I think we did figure it would be 7 or 8 because they just put out 4, right? The 4th volume, and I think that's the Dark Age, and that's halfway through. So I think that I guess they would combine 2 of those each for 4 nice hardcovers. Have Bendis and Maleev ever teamed on Batman? Not to my knowledge. That's a good question. That would be great. Okay, it's opinion time. What is the best Robin and what is the worst Robin? We went over this, as a matter of fact. I think that was the last one that the minister was on, like 6 weeks ago. We chose our Robins.
Do I have to say that Jess in the Robin t-shirt is my favorite Robin?
Yes, that's a sucking up to the guy. Right on, man.
Okay, hot take. I actually like all 4 of the Robins for different reasons. I think some of them are better as the character of Robin. So like Jason Todd, maybe not the best Robin, but I love the Red Hood. Dick Grayson, maybe not the best Robin, but I love him as Nightwing. But if I had to say one Robin I didn't like, maybe Carrie Kelly. Is that controversial? Is that a hot take? Like the Dark Knight Returns Robin, the orange hair. I never liked the glasses, and I never liked the sure boss. I don't know. I never thought Carrie Kelly was that cool, but I don't know.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I never particularly cared for Jason Todd.
Did you vote to kill him off?
Sorry?
Did you vote to kill him off?
I didn't vote. I thought that was a cheesy gimmick. And it also cost money. It was a 900 number. I just thought that I didn't like the way that was handled at all, but I also didn't care that much for Jason Todd. I like Tim Drake a lot. I also love Damian. I used to hate Damian, and I think that was kind of the point. I've grown to really like him a lot. I especially, of course, love him in Super Sons, where he and John are just so funny together.
I love when he adopts the Bat Cow.
Yes,
he's like, I'm vegetarian now.
Oh yeah, sorry. That is a nuclear take. Oh,
I know. I knew I was gonna. I think
right.
I just checked. I went down 5 subscribers.
I think the first single issue of Astro City is the best superhero comic I've ever read. The Samaritan working 24/7.
Stop! I'm not supposed to spend more money on comics. Don't make me buy whatever Astro City is.
Just wait until Astro City. I haven't done my overview of Metro Book 4, which I needed to do. Just wait until it comes out in hardcover next year. Okay. Just wait for next year. It's the best. Astro City's fantastic, though. Oh my gosh, my wife's not here to get me something to drink. Where are you?
I just was like, do I need to text one of the people downstairs to bring me another soda because I ran out?
Yeah. I kind of wish we could stay on long enough to see that strawberry shortcake McFlurry.
I'll find out right now how far away it is.
Whoa, here's Gabe Loves 90s Comics. Dude, you do still need to read Astro City. Okay, Larry, thanks for being on. Hope to see you tomorrow. But what do I know? I'm a dirty, primarily Marvel fan. Always been a fan of the Batman, though. Hey, peace and love. All comics are good comics. Just reading comics is the whole idea. I don't know why people hate on Kelly-related Batman. It was just just his opinion, man. Astro City is what elevated Kurt Busiek as one of my fave writers to have worked for the Big Two. Reading his Conan run now, and it slaps. I still haven't read his Conan run. I do have it. Newsbuoy, I forget which miniseries it was, but DC was going to use Carrie Kelly in the main continuity until Frank Miller found out. Frank contacted Dan Didio and asked him not to. I got the 3 new Metro City books, but I haven't got to read them yet. FC. Let's go, man.
Looks cute, though. Is that a border collie?
Is that a border collie there, FC? That's a very cute dog.
Looks like a Australian Shepherd or a border collie.
Whoa, yanking the dog knowledge.
I don't yank dogs.
I said dog knowledge.
Oh, sorry, my mic cut out.
Jeez, okay, take it easy. This is like,
sorry, this is a family stream. I forgot. I'm not monetized, so our streams get a little more wild.
Yeah. Oh, Didio said it was going to be a big event for them, but agreed not to do it if Miller gave them something in return. Uh-oh. He did and came back for another series. I'm forgetting now. All-Star Batman and Robin. Wow, what a trade that was.
I want a mug that has the classic All-Star Batman and Robin book that says, "Are you dense, boy?" When he's talking to Robin.
Yeah.
Australian Shepherd.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said border collie or shepherd.
Nice. Beautiful dog. Luna. Yeah, we can't even say anymore on the air what he says to Robin. I'm not putting that one up. No,
I can. Oh, sorry. I thought it's the one about saying that I should never be on again.
No. It's fine. I've been reading V for Vendetta lately. Just wondering you guys' thoughts on it. Have you read that? Early Alan Moore work?
I haven't yet, actually. But I love Alan Moore's work. The first Marvel book that I ever actually read was Miracle Man. Thought it was fantastic. I love Alan Moore's stuff, but V for Vendetta is just like, I don't know.
I read V for Vendetta back when it first came out, and I haven't revisited it, but I loved it when it came out.
We're 20 minutes away from the Strawberry McFlurry.
Christian doesn't like it. I love V for Vendetta, one of my favorites. Christian, you're not digging it. What? V for Vendetta is one of the more books I haven't read yet. What didn't you like about it, Christian? If I'm going to put it up, try and leave the F word out, though. But go ahead and say why you don't like it. It's okay. Melanie, in very fine condition, is having a book club next week on All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder for their Patreon. Okay. Good for Melanie. Melanie's great. She's astonishing. I really like it, actually. And yeah, sorry, it's good. It's just messed up. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I loved on Melanie's review of Batman Failsafe. She said, I think it was, I quote, they're going to Tower of Babel your ass, because there's like an Easter egg to Tower of Babel. And I love that.
Speaking of other questionable content, I heard Mark Miller tell a story that Bill Jemas pleaded with him to write Trouble to relaunch the Epic line, and that it was written around Jemas's outline. Trouble.
That's the really, really awful, like one of the most like disliked comic books of all time, right? Like up there in the vein of like Marvel and things like that, right? I think.
I thought, okay, maybe I haven't read it. Trouble. I'm trying to think.
It's a book everyone hates, right? Like no one likes it.
Like Nemesis, like they hate. Okay, Gabe remembers enjoying Trouble. Oh. That's fair. V for Vendetta is a genius series, but you had to be living in the 80s to understand it fully in Europe. I watched the V for Vendetta movie way too many times as a kid. Trouble is the miniseries where Aunt May loses her virginity. Oh, this is upper level management. Do
you want me to take over while you take that call?
No, I'll just say on the air. I'll call her back. Unless she can bring me down another drink.
I can show off the other two books I have in my haul if you want to see.
Yeah, sure.
So I bought Batman, the Batman Who Laughs Deluxe Edition. So I bought one from a local comic book shop to give them a fair because that's a place you can buy this book from. So I loved it, read it in single issues, excited to have it. I think it's important to have in between Death Metal and Dark Knight's Metal and Death Metal. I think it's important. I bought this, which is one I've been wanting to read for a while. It's the Nightmare County. So
oh yeah, I just got that one.
James Tinian's Corinthian run, and then one last one. I don't know much about this, but I got Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
They found a few copies at IST, and it was like $40. So I was like, why not? It's out of print. I want to own it.
I liked Cosmic Ghost Rider. I thought it was really interesting. Okay, Trouble is a story. Gabe, the Marvel expert, just as a story where Aunt May is Peter's real mom and gave him up to her sister. Oh, it's a Spider-Man story. Okay, no, it. My daughter's been over a lot, and so I was thinking of watching it with her, but I thought she wants to watch Taskmaster when she's over here. She came over, so I'm going to try and do it tomorrow, Gabe. Nothing's happening on television until I'm not doing anything until Sex Drive is watched. Gabe showed me the most hilarious video clip from it ever. I think it was last year after an Omnibus, or maybe even 2 years ago. And I've been meaning to watch Sex Drive, and he hasn't steered me wrong on any movies yet. So I need to make Sex Drive happen. And I know I've been promising him that for 2 years. He was so right on Grandma's Boy in that Punisher movie where Frank Castle blows up the guy in midair with a bazooka. So
my TV show recommendation, which I don't think you've watched yet, at least not that I know of, is Ted Lasso. I highly recommend you watch Ted Lasso. It is my favorite show on TV right now.
Yeah. As soon as we're done watching the British Ghosts, the BBC Ghosts, we're going to watch.
You've been watching that forever, the British Ghost Show.
Sorry?
I feel like you've been watching that British Ghost Show for a while. Is there a lot of episodes or?
It has 5 seasons, and it's something I watch with my wife. So it's when our schedules. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's completely different when Omar calls, because when Omar calls, he's drunk, and it's YouTube gold. My wife's going to want to tell me about her day with her sisters. You want to listen to that? I don't think so. I don't want to listen to that.
I want the Patty stream.
Does the Batman Who Laughs collect the same as the hardcover? Oh, the deluxe?
Yeah, so from what I know, it's all the Batman Who Laughs issues and then the Grim Knight one. So it says Batman Who Laughs 1 through 7 and the Batman Who Laughs Grim Knight number 1.
Well, let's see. I just had the hardcover around here. Let me go grab it. I think I know right where it is.
Yeah, I would imagine it collects the same thing because it's only 8 issues. It doesn't. I don't think it adds anything new. It's just probably oversized, which that jock art is striking.
Yeah, they're the same. You're sending me a deluxe.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have like 5 copies of it. So,
and I'm gonna send the standard one to Geo.
Nice, a little. See, and that's what I like. Yesterday I found an out of print omnibus, and I found someone in the Near Mint Discord or the Very Fine Discord that wants that book, so I'm able to get it to them at cover price versus someone else, selling it for out of print prices.
Right. Always pay it forward. Good policy. You know that Nightmare Country is continuing after the first 6 issues? Is that a question? Know? It said volume 1 on it.
It does. I don't know. I don't know anything about this story other than the author I love, because he got my girlfriend into comic books.
Nice.
I know she was I just found out that there's a 6th trade of Something Is Killing the Children. But her favorite thing was that she finally got an oversized book. So she had me rebuy Something Is Killing the Children in deluxe edition for her.
Nice. So, rebuy.
I didn't get her the slipcase though. So I'm a bad boyfriend.
Yeah, you suck.
You said don't get the slipcase.
I know. What about Nemesis Reloaded? I haven't read that. I read Nemesis. You guys up to date on that? No. I think one more issue left. I've been reading that, and it's all over. It's overall pretty cool and some awesome moments, but some straight up cringy LOL. Straight up cringy. I understand why people thought Nemesis was way too edgy for its own good. I understand that criticism. Clip that for blackmail purposes. James is considering it. I'll listen to Patty talk about her day. She's a wonderful dream of a woman who any mom would be lucky to spend their time with. Oh, any man. Sorry. Any man would be. Well, no, that's true.
She's not going to be mad at me when I meet her, right? Because I talked you into getting speaker stands.
Oh, instead of her idea of Omni stands? That I was surprised she wanted me to use books like that. And she's like, yeah, it's the whole theme of the room. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm using my books as stands for my speakers. And it didn't solve my feedback problem until I got those speaker stands and filled them with sand like you taught me to. And now it's feedback free.
It's crazy how much of a difference the sand makes. Like it's not like a fun task, but it makes a dramatic difference in the quality of your stuff.
Yeah. Let me take a screenshot of this because I'm going to send it to Patty.
On our last interview, Comic Storian was talking about how he doesn't really like omnibuses because they're too big, but he'll use them as bookends. And then Jordan goes, or people use them as speaker stands.
I'm glad I got the speaker stands. They look better, they sound better, and I had to go over her head on that one, and she was okay.
Have you noticed any improvement of your sound quality as you've been using it more?
I'm not close to 100 hours yet.
Okay.
I think I'm probably closer to probably 40 hours right now.
Okay. It does really open up the more you use it though.
FC, what was FC? Oh, okay. He was asking about the Batman Who Laughs hardcover. Oh, they could do that. I think it's a little more. I think the Batman Who Laughs is a lot more interesting.
Okay,
but Judge Death is pretty cool.
The Grim Knight is just kind of like Batman plus the Punisher. I feel like he's not as creative as the Batman Who Laughs.
I just have that action figure. Where is it? Here it is. And for an anti-gun thing, this is like Batman with nothing but guns. I think they must have put the kibosh on guns after this.
Yeah.
I love this figure because he's all gunned up. He's crazy gunned up.
I swear he has guns that shoot out guns. Yeah.
This is like Liefeld's dream right here. Just guns and pouches. When my wife starts planning out comic rooms for me, I'll be happy to talk to her about everything. Well, you bring up a good point.
Well, what happens if you want to read the book that your speaker's under?
Yeah, but
I mean, you had books that you never read though. You had like New Warriors.
Well, yeah, New Warriors was one of them. I still don't know why I bought that book. She did plan out both these rooms, and I mean, she planned them out where all the shelves could go and everything, and she gave me the entire basement. So Cycle's bringing up a good point. The big issue I found with that deluxe Something's Killing the Children is no covers, and I've seen a lot of cool covers for the single issues.
Yeah, I feel that like there was nothing different between the regular deluxe and the slipcase, so it just seemed like I don't know, it seemed kind of silly. Like I could buy her another trade with that $15 that I saved.
Yeah, same. I think the follow-up to Nightmare Country is going to be called The Glass House.
That sounds fun. I'm excited.
The bazooka-wielding zombie mutant from Resident Evil. He reloaded the bazooka finally.
That's it. So that's in reference to Resident Evil, the second one, where there's like the big hunkin' like zombie guy with the.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I played that so long ago on my PS2, I think.
Yeah.
So that was like 2005 or something, probably. It's 4:00 in the morning here, and the keyboard has been drinking. Ah, okay. I keep hoping for a Batman year one, Batgirl year one absolute, and Robin year one, and Nightwing year one. Those are all 3 good books. That would be a great.
Yeah.
That would be actually a really good Omni. But your wish for an absolute is noted.
This is my dream absolute. I know we'll never get it, but I want a Tom King super family book with these 2 collected in it. Like that would be my dream absolute. These 2 stories collected in one absolute.
That would be great. I don't know, Josh. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think it's the second time I bought it. I think I pulled it out 4 years ago of my bookshelf and said, I'm never going to read this. I'll sell it in the Omnibus group for $40 or something. And then I bought it again, and it's got Night Thrasher on a skateboard or something. I'm like, why did I buy this?
I'm still waiting for that Facebook invitation.
Oh, I need to I'll try and figure that out. Let me write that down. I'll do better than that. I'll put it on my oh, thanks somebody. Somebody just made a huge order at Organic Price Books.
Oh,
thank you. Whoa, someone dropped serious dosh. Who was that? Who are you out there that just made that giganticable purchase? Okay, tomorrow I will put send Jake Facebook invite. Okay. No, not 10 p.m. We'll do that at noon. Okay. I don't think I can invite you, but I think one of the mods can, or maybe I can invite you.
We'll just send like a photo of me going like looking really eager to join.
It's not that great. It's not as great as it used to be. There's not that much activity going on in there anymore.
I just like there's so many comic book Facebook groups, like, and sometimes I don't know what like the rules are. So there's an Organic Price Books like one for people that like Organic Price Books, like a Facebook group, and someone was asking where they can find the X-Men Classic Omnibus, and I wanted to tell them and say, hey, it's on the Nick and Dent for like one penny or $1 off cover price new at cheap graphic novels, but it felt weird to be on an Organic Price Books fan page and to recommend, so I just didn't say anything. But like, yeah, there's just so many rules and like etiquettes you got to follow, you know.
Okay, wait, you're missing out on New Warriors, but I get it. So much to read and it doesn't interest you. Okay, sell me on it, Sazmurf. The floor is yours. Sell me. I don't care what Very Fine Condition thinks about it. You are a dispassionate, objective guy or gal, whatever you are, Sazmurf. I will sell me on it right now. Why should I keep it? Did you guys discuss Snyder's Justice League? It was underwhelming overall, especially the ending. I was very dissatisfied with it, and Snyder's one of my favorite writers. It was kind of a bummer. Amazing art. I haven't. Oh, Cycle, you're just annoying tonight. I'm not even putting that up. It annoys me so much.
I actually really, everything other than the Drowned Earth event,
yeah,
I really like Justice League. I thought like the totality was great. I thought like when they battle the future versions and stuff was great. And the ending leads directly into death metal. So yeah, like, I wouldn't say that the ending was shocking, but like it had a purpose.
Yeah, I agree. So Christian, it's, you know, you're all valid opinions here. So peace and love, except for Cycle, who's just trashing my favorite, one of my favorite writers.
I mean, like, I love how the little Starro Jr., like Jara or whatever, wants to be a Robin. Like,
yeah,
that is hilarious. So good.
I do, yeah. And it's not happening enough. So get out there and use those codes. I keep hoping for an Alex Toth collection from DC and the Hot Wheel comics. Wow. I don't even know if yeah, Drowned Earth was not great. Yeah, it does lead right into death metal. So, and he did love Jarro. Okay, good. So maybe we're winning you back over. You need to go right into death metal.
So not to like plug my own channel, but one of the next videos I started we're filming is, you know, what books to read to add more context to different Crisis ones. And I feel like you got to go Dark Knight's Metal, read Justice League, read The Batman Who Laughs, and that leads you kind of into death metal. And I think it adds significantly more context to everything.
Yeah, you can't read. Comes out. You can't read metal or death metal. Well, you can't read death metal without Justice League. I mean, it leads right into it. I've spent irresponsible amounts of money. First of all, good for you. That's what we're here for. On figures recently. Good, good. My book budget is diminished. That's not good. Yeah, I get it. But you save a lot with that 5% off code like that person just did who just spent like $800 at OPB. Saved real money.
The McFlurry is 8 minutes away.
Hey, okay, we're on for at least 8 more minutes. I haven't even had it yet, but I want it. Jake has a YouTube show called Brave and the Boys. If James is still in the chat, he can put up the link, but the link's in the description down below.
Yeah, check it out. We do all kinds of videos. We do like interviews of other comic book creators on YouTube. And we do reading orders, book reviews that no one's ever watched. You know, but we have fun. It's me and my friend Jordan. We're the Brave and the Boys. Some would say I'm the better half. Others would say that's false, and Jordan's definitely the better half.
No, you're the better half.
Oh, Jordan's gonna walk in here now. He popped his head in earlier when you criticize All-Star Batman and Robin, and said, "Can I defend myself?" And I shoot him away.
He just subscribed. There you go. You got a subscriber.
Jordan texted me. We went up a few subscribers from this. So thank you.
Good. I think I said this before, but one word for buying new warriors. Namorita. She has a tragic story later on in the run, and she's very different from her appearances in the Namor. Okay, so you like Namorita. I haven't read much about her, but I do have a weakness for Marvel female characters.
Is that like
keep
Namor's
going,
daughter or something?
Smurf.
Is Namorita related to Namor? I don't know who that character is.
I think it's his niece. And she also has little wings on her feet. Okay, here we go. It was Marvel's 90s version of New Teen Titans. My two favorite characters were Nova and Namorita, and they really became the stars of the book. Nicieza and Bagley became popular. Ooh, Mark Bagley art? Peace and love, Jordan. You know I love you. Okay. You feel that Image is way more interesting. Which one is the brave one and who are the boys? Is this one of those things where none of them are Hootie, like with the blowfish?
No, so I'll end the videos by saying keep reading and stay brave, and Jordan will say keep reading and stay bold.
Nice. And if you get to New Warriors 2, just get me to read volume 1 first. You get to see Derek Robertson evolve into a superstar that you saw in Transmetropolitan. Peace and love, Jordan, baby.
Wait.
Just get that soft serve McFlurry up to him in time.
Why did I think that emoji was a video camera?
What is it?
It's two people hugging each other.
Oh,
I thought it was an old school. I thought it was an old school video camera.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. Yeah, I think Image puts out tons of great stuff. But I don't know how much of it Jake's read, and he and I mostly talk about Marvel and DC.
So again, I've read some of the Ed Brubaker stuff. I've read Invincible and Saga. That's basically the Image that I've read.
Yeah. I'm happy to talk about Image at any point. I love lots of Image stuff. Okay, now what's this one?
That's two people hugging again.
That's two people hugging?
No, that's a video camera.
Oh, that's the video camera. Okay. Well, we're just waiting for the McFlurry to get here, and then we will sign off as I'm getting dry as a bone because my wife's not here to help me.
So maybe he can answer in the chat. I've never known. Is it News Poochie channel or New Spooey channel? Like, how do you pronounce his name? Like, he's awesome. He's got me. He lives near an Ollie's, so he's got me X-Men Volume 2 for like $40. He got me like Preacher one of the Preacher Absolutes for like $30 or $40. Like, he's coming clutch for me.
New Spooey, nice. He's given an explanation before. New Spooey channel.
Okay.
Spooey channel. Did you ever use Laserdisc? No, I did not.
What's Laserdisc?
Good question. It was a format back in the 80s where the Laserdiscs were the size of an LP.
Yeah.
And that's what they were the precursor to Blu-rays.
The other day in the
really
chat,
amazing for their time, but they never caught on.
The other day in the chat, like James and Josh were going off because they found out that I'm a lot younger than them and I've seen a lot less movies than they have. So they were like, "Have you seen this movie?" And I was like, "No." "Have you seen this movie?" And I was like, so I'm a little younger than they are, so I've seen less movies than they have.
Yeah, so you guys are old. I had a few old YouTube channels, so when I created the new channel, I called it the New Spooey channel. There you go. Yeah, I had a friend that bought laser discs of like Madonna videos, and he didn't even have a laser disc player. He just wanted to make sure he had Madonna videos in all formats.
Update. It says your Dasher is nearby, so he's parking right now.
Oh, and so who's going to bring it up to you? Who do you trust to bring it up to you?
Maybe my girlfriend, because she didn't want to try it last time, so I know she won't eat it.
Oh, here's Bob92. Hey-o, how's it going, Bob? What'd you get? A apple pie?
I got apple pie, McFlurry, a quarter pound. I like the quarter pounder with cheese, but I go extra pickles and extra onions.
Pickles, yes.
Yep. And dude, my girlfriend is the pickle queen. She she'll be at Subway and he'll pile on the pickles and she goes, "Can I get a little more, please?"
She's the pickle queen way.
Dude. So I'll do quarter pounder with cheese, extra onions, extra pickles, 4 chicken nuggets with hot mustard, and then I got the apple pie and the McFlurry. The McFlurry was for you though. It was for the viewers. I had to give the people what they wanted, you know?
Yeah, okay. Sure. Well, you guys you mock each other in the chat. We're hosts, man. We can't be mocking you. We're trying to make friends here. I think those McFlurries travel pretty well, don't they?
We'll see. You got to keep watching to find out.
Yeah, that's right. Just, I know you're not an Epic collector, but you would try out the Ghost Rider 90s version when it comes out in September, October. Amazing run in this Epic. Will have the best issues of the run. Is that the Danny Ketch stuff? Because I finally tracked down the 2 trade paperbacks, and that's what I'm going to keep. If that's the Danny Ketch stuff, I've already got it, but I haven't read it, but I have it. I have one Laserdisc, and that is the Spawn movie, and I never be able to watch it. Yeah, I think you may have to buy a player on eBay or something. Okay, yeah, I have it already. I'm not gonna get the Epics, but yeah, I really like the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider.
I know it's not the same character, but this will be my first Ghost Rider omnibus. I know this is Frank Castle and not the traditional one, but
you don't have to have any background in Ghost Rider to enjoy that. I mean, it's remarkable what Cates did with that character, I think.
After his Venom run, I like a believer of whatever he'll write, so I'm very happy for it.
Yeah, nice. I have 4 RCA Select-Division video disc, basically movies on a record encased inside a plastic shell, even more obscure, nonsensical video formats. Oh, it's RCA Select-Division, same size as a Laserdisc, not as cool though. So those 2 formats battled and neither one won. Interesting. They're just very popular in Canada. From what I understand from others, I never knew they existed until 97 when my chemistry teacher had tons of educational videos on Laserdisc.
Like Bill Nye the Science Guy, or was that pre him?
I don't know. To our generation, we already saw UMD and HD DVD. Oh, that's right. And became lost to time. I forgot about HD DVD. That's right.
You want to pop in and say hi?
Oh, hey.
Here it is.
Flip around and wave around and say hi really fast. Give a wave.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what up, dude?
This is my co-host. Go check him out. Watch his reviews.
I don't know. I think between the two of us, you might be the better host, but between Jess and Omar, I think Omar might be the better host.
Okay, get the hell out of here.
Okay, you got to go now. I feel like he had that planned. He was waiting to say that.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Okay, wait. Let me highlight you for the strawberry shortcake McFlurry.
And for those of you worried, it is still a McFlurry.
Nice.
It's still a McFlurry. So it's got these like little crunchy like strawberry things. Look at that. Look at that McFlurriness right there.
Yeah, strawberry shortcake McFlurry.
10 out of 10.
More.
Amazing. And it's not melted.
Nice. This is what the show's all about. You were made for mocking, though, buddy.
He likes it. He likes the attention.
MD discs. I don't even remember that. Anyone in the MD? Were those the mini discs? Sony's mini discs? I don't remember that. You should do the Dairy Queen flip. Do you dare do that?
Like this? I don't trust it. I'd mess it up.
Yeah. Nah, no Bill Nye and Laserdisc. They were just some generic videos. There might have been some PBS Nova shows. Yeah, he's fired. We told him to get the heck out. My wife is saying hi, guys. Oh, no, she said that to me and my daughter.
Yeah, guys, she doesn't say hello.
I'll say, okay, I'll tell her, okay, never mind. Whatever. My wife's great. Sure. Okay. Back to the Future 2, Part 2 shows a bunch of Laserdiscs in the trash as Marty's in the back alley in 2015. Some have said that movie predicted the downfall of the format. Yeah, this is a good point, how it's not melted, but more that the ice cream machine at McDonald's is working. There's a site out there called McBroken.com that you can go to that tells you if and this is real, if the milkshake machine is around you is working, because these things break down regularly, as we all know. And McBroken.com is a programmer of some renown, and he got it so all the I can't forget I can't remember. There's a way he's able to aggregate the data in real time. And so if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can check to see if your McDonald's milkshake machine is up and working.
We need the same thing now, but if your local Costco has those 5-pound pies.
Mini disc, right? I remember that. Yeah, go to McBroken.com and you'll find out whether your machines are working or not. I've been plugging McBroken.com a lot. I should get credit for him like I do from OPB.
Can you have code Omnidog sit to get 5% off McBroke.com?
Yeah, he needs the Nobel Prize. McBroken.com. I should get a link to that.
Looks like Jordan said squash the beef 2023. So it ended happy. We're all friends again.
Okay, good. No beef. Oh, okay. No beef, buddy. So before we sign off, remember to go to Organic Price Books. Use the code Omnidog for $2 off your order. Save big money, 5% off shipping 3 or more books together. Omnidog, ship it together. And Jake, how would you like to plug your channel?
Guys, please go follow and subscribe to the Brave and the Boys. We have a lot of fun with what we're doing, but we're finally seeing some like the first signs of growth and progress. We work really hard. We produce a lot of videos, a couple a week. So it would mean a lot to me if you guys checked it out.
Right. Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm going to be on your show next Friday night, right?
Yes.
What time Eastern? 9 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, I think it's 9 p.m. I'll be home by 6. So
okay. So you can see me tomorrow with Bar at 1 Eastern time, or next Friday with Jake, or Monday and Wednesday with Omnibus. And I'm going to be putting out videos this week of overviews. And for Matthew Guy, I'll be putting out a review, which will get 1 viewer. That better be Matthew Guy.
2, I'll watch.
Okay, 2 viewers. Good. That's great. So find me here on YouTube and other places, Omnidogs_vault on Instagram. And I will use our theme to play us out, right, Psycho Cleveland? Play us out. I'll write it and do it myself.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in. You guys were great tonight in the chat. Very lively chat. Very engaged and friendly and fun. We dug it all. And I'm happy that Jake could join and fill in for the minister. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it. And peace and love. Peace and love. We will see you later. And book club next Sunday. Don't forget.
Baturdays. Baturdays. Omnidog and the Minister of Comics. Talk forever, get right your ergonomics. Taking questions from the chat. With a name like that, you think they talk more about the fact. Baturdays.